One.
Already on fire.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the library where you can discover your next adventure. I am your host, the author, and tonight we join the USS Stavanger, the olive branch of the Shackleton, to play Star Trek Adventures, a tabletop RPG by our friends at Modifius. Every week we continue our adventures on the wild and wonderful frontier of the Federation. And today we're going to the wildest and most wonderful place in the galaxy, Chet Prime.
Let's go!
Everyone's excited.
We're just here for friendship.
Friendship is magic. So I've heard.
That's sad. F in the chat.
F in the chat. How's everyone doing?
Vibing. We're doing great.
Vibing? I take it.
I
got the new
constant state of not knowing what's going on.
Nice.
Me neither. And apparently I'm in charge of this as train wreck. So.
No, this is a car crash. What we dealt with yesterday was a train.
Oh, it's about to get so much more fun. And on that note, let's set course for Season 1, Episode 18. Tried and Tested. Right. So, this screen. Have to set up.
Gotta say, I love this beauty shot of the Stavanger A in the title screen.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite beautiful.
Oh no! We're not out there yet.
Asteroids, what?
No, Cyril, look, there are friends there for you.
What? Oh, my space whales. Oh yeah,
There's
Krakens.
space whales.
Oh, those are whales. No
A
Krakens
little bit
there.
different, little bit different than the Krakens, but you know, in the same genre.
They're so pretty.
Yeah, space whales a little more chill than the Krakens.
The Stavanger A.
Yeah, everything's fine. Bill,
Stavanger A
you know.
hangs above a cold and dim star. Barely even red, mostly infrared light ekes out of the roiling gas clouds at the center of this failed star system. A Class Y brown dwarf that's barely warm enough to be considered plasma. The rocky fields strewn about was also a failure, a loss that was had before she could barely get started. And beneath the Stavanger A was a frozen ice ball, barely larger than Pluto. It never quite got big enough to collate all its mass and send its orbit toward itself. So the litter of its stillbirth was still smeared in a lazy looping river around the star. The Stavanger fires off 3 red streaky E-flares towards the dwarf planet. And music.
Nice.
As the Gettysburg leaps over the horizon. And why is that token not working? The Gettysburg leaps over the horizon, tearing after the flares. We zoom in on the bridge. Commander Venix at the center seat. Everyone tense and ready to do their air duties to get after these targets.
Ooh.
Photon cannons roar to life as they spew a stream of orange bolts that rip apart the first flare. The Gettysburg zigs and zags around the random rocks, trying to get a beat on our next play. Lock, fire, and another kier. But there's one more. You see it. It's just us behind you, aiming low. Oh, she turns around and growls through her impulse engines, then surges towards, dive bombing towards her last target. Lock on, and error. The tactical console behind you who beeps angrily at the situation, and as the tactical officer, whoever they are slams their fists on the console as the flare splashes down on the planet. You are in the middle of trial runs of the Gettysburg, and this is the third time you've had this happen, where the photon cannons just run out of juice halfway through.
Well, it looks like we have to submit another bug report.
Do it again.
Please note the error number and steps leading up to it.
And Lieutenant Commander Gray, you are also on the Gettysburg, this tiny little craft that came with the Stavanger A, and you have been trying to shake out the cause of this bug for the past couple hours. This is the fourth failed test to fix the issue.
All right,
Commander,
hold on. I'm getting to the bottom of
into the
this.
error?
Hmm?
Commander, do you have any insight into the nature of the error?
Oh yeah, sure. She's gonna reach. She's gonna like go back to one of the like one of the panels near to the plasma, like the near to where like the access to the weapons would be from the internal systems, and just rip open the panel. Before we go back, let me try something.
Tactical, prepare to repeat the scenario as soon as the commander is ready.
Aye, Captain. Commander. Lieutenant Commander.
Commander will be the
Go through all
correct
the ranks,
monitor.
you get one right eventually, yeah?
This is why names are easier. She's going to just start like rewiring things in the section. I think whoever designed this thing decided that they were just going to wire these systems, well, all into one enough.
Is this a repair that can be made in the field, or do we need to dock with the Stavanger to initiate the repair?
Well, I wouldn't be running out wires if I didn't think I could make it in the field.
Your reputation as a miracle worker is at stake here.
I don't believe in miracles. Hold this. Just don't touch the end.
Summit says, Chief Minix, I believe I've calculated a better tactical approach here, and he sends that to your council.
Very well. We'll try it again when we're operational.
Just a second.
Let's go ahead. Control engineering difficulty 3 to start us off.
Div 3? Okay. Let me find my character sheet. Focus and weapons development, because this is the tactical system.
Yes, it is.
All right. We don't have any momentum. This is terrible.
Someone
You're
give
gonna
it.
get a ton here, though.
Someone give an inspiring speech or sensor scan.
This
Yeah, anyone
is how
wants-
the guys work, so Captain Benix.
An inspiring speech from Venix.
Supposed to be on the Gettysburg.
While you're holding a live wire that Gray has just shoved into your hand.
Fellow crewmates, we will continue this process until we get it right. I have every faith in our chief engineer and the designers of this ship at Utopia Planitia. Bear with us as we get through any difficulties, and continue to do your utmost, as always.
Most inspiring, Commander.
About 20 or so voices just kind of echo out over the comms. But yeah, Presence Command Div 0.
You got it.
You got this.
Oh man.
If it's double comp, you retire. That's just how it's got to be.
That's an immediate, dishonorable discharge.
Right. I was like, man, that was a bad
Double
speech
comp.
off the bridge. Like,
Double comps. Medic's never allowed to be the commanding officer of the Gettysburg. It's going to be Sorrel or the other lieutenant commander. It's
Right back to lower decks.
Surprisingly effective. Thank you very much.
that was really good. You tell me you
No,
don't have
we'll
a
take
focus
it.
and inspiring speeches? Are you positive?
Don't pull a Rost. God damn it.
Here's 1 threat and 2 momentum.
Oh, engineering, here we go. Boom.
Oh,
Engineers
dang.
doing engineering things.
Engineering is
I might as well
engineering.
reroll a 0, sure.
Yeah, fish.
Oh.
All right. And we are in Shackleton Expanse, Sector B5, Subsector
I don't have the
BB2. Got it.
don't have the everything. She just points to who else was here in here other than Venix?
On the
else?
bridge, you've got Summix Rill. He's a tactical officer, and then it's a little amorphous after that.
Probably Bo Rega.
Supporting actors.
Yeah, supporting actors.
How do you say it? Sumix Rill?
Yeah, Summix Rill. That's his name.
Can I see? It's security or?
Yeah, security with a focus in tactical, and road.
Oh, okay, I was just looking on our list and I didn't see them.
He's not added yet. We're-
Yeah, created them last week.
They're in the void currently.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gray just points you. Just hand me your phaser for a minute.
Here you go, Chief.
She's just gonna she's gonna take it, split open the casing, take out the wires, take her own, split that open, and use the wires to basically refit a like a new passageway for the tactical commands, so that the other commands aren't interfering.
You're just drilling a new hole in the console. Epic.
With a phaser.
Yes.
It's huge.
No, she's not using the phaser. She's using the wiring in the phaser in the two phasers as like a new conduit box, basically, because she established that basically all the commands from the console were going from one thing, and it was overloading the systems.
So it was a computer error, not a power error.
Defining the type of error is irrelevant when you can just fix it. Anyways, try it now. I'll have something far more impressive when I can make something in my lab, but this...
Tactical, the commander has finished jury rigging the system. Let's reset our scenario and try again.
Also, I owe you 3 momentum.
Resetting. Lieutenant Commander.
Launch targets and begin.
You have to call the Stavanger A to launch targets. You know, they fired it.
The target launcher, yeah.
Gotcha.
So,
The next to Stavanger, could you launch 3 more targets, please? We wish to retry scenario A.
Initiating tactical scenario 001-A.
and 3 more are targets. It's Lance out. What I can... 1, 2, 3. All right, Gettysburg, go get him. First turn in combat.
Initiate.
What's red alert?
We should get that oval, that thin oval shaped one. It's looking at us funny.
Yes, you have 3 flares. There's launching from the Stavanger, and they are on way towards the planet. Commander Venix, you are in command. Let's have someone pick up Bo Rega for our con, and Sorrel, do you have the Sumix rail pulled up?
Coming in, Borrega. Let's go!
Borrega. Borrega, ready to ride.
Oh my god.
He puts on his sunglasses.
Yes. Yeah.
Danger
You know,
zone!
when I called him that, I had no idea it would get this kind of reaction.
I know, right?
creates a life of its own, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spread these.
I'm working on getting Sumix in here.
Sweet. No, sorry, chat. This is a dwarf planet. It's too baby to be a real planet.
We're killing Pluto.
I'm firing on the planet.
Let's do it.
All right.
Kill Pluto.
Bo Rega.
Yeah.
You are the Helms officer of the Gettysburg. You have a couple targets that are medium range and one that's long range.
Yeah, I think alphas deal with the most threatening targets first using phasers. I think positioning this lovely girl to rip up the closest, most threatening things is what Borrega is going to try to do.
Cool.
no fancy flying here. We're still trying to put it through the test, so just kind of line her up for a beautiful shot from tactical and let it rip.
All right. Let's see. Attack pattern roll.
Copy.
Daring Con, Diff 1. Assisted by Weapons Con.
Daring Con, Diff 1. Focus on helm control or small craft or flight control. Man, that's a...
Yeah.
They
either
all-
pick your
They're all
poison.
the same. All right, let's do it. Well, you know how it be. We'll probably
Oh,
squash
we
that
do.
comp.
The ship T, right?
Yeah.
Gettysburg.
Let me find that sheet and I'll do it.
Pretty good. Yeah, I guess we'll
Yeah, the ship saved.
spend the momentum to squash that comp.
All right. As you punch her forward, but as she has a little more or kick than you expect, the initial damage didn't quite catch up, and everyone's thrown back in their seats momentarily, and you almost overshoot this target, but you're able to cut thrust and Z-roll all around and face it. So you do a gimbal lock roll to line up the shot.
That's fixable. I can fix that.
All right. Rhaegar, would you like to do something else or pass the turn?
I think we should probably do what is it? Quick in action to let somebody take a shot. Is that the one?
Mhm.
Yeah. Let's see if we can, optimize this. So I think we'll let whoever is on tactical get some shots in. Unless anybody has any
No?
any complaints or issues there.
Author, I finished the Simics Rill update. You can put him in security if you would like.
Okay. Oh, there he is. And we have a token and that. Excellent.
Tactical, please select an appropriate firing pattern and begin.
Firing pattern Delta. Go.
All right. Choose your weapon.
Phasers.
Phaser cannon or phaser array?
Phaser array.
We have cannon? Oh, cool.
Yeah, you do have cannons and they're close range, which is
And
currently
it's-
what you're in.
Are we at?
Our first 3 targets is being shot at by the cannons.
Are we at close range?
Yes. Yeah, you're currently at close range.
Yeah, then I'll switch that to the cannons then.
Cool. Control security, and Rhaegar gave you a nice lineup on that shot, so that's diff 1 for you. Weapons, security.
Okay. I will. Sorry, it was weapon secure.
Control security
was
assisted by
control
weapons.
security?
Control security diff 1.
Gotcha. Control security, diff 1. I will give you a threat to get to 3. Will you accept Starship Tactics as a focus?
Yes.
Okay. Here we go.
What?
No, it's fine. It's just being rollers being weird.
It's
Okay.
roll 20 being stupid.
Yeah, it's roll 20 being stupid. All right. 3 momentum and generated, and roll that damage.
Benix, do you want to do that? You want to roll the ship damage, or do you want me to?
Oh yeah, sorry. Got out of habit on that.
You got the ship.
So phaser cannons.
Right. Here we go.
Nice.
That'll do.
Brute. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And one flare is down. You do have 2 float from the phaser ray.
Do we want to create an advantage?
You certainly could.
A tactical advantage
Good idea.
for on hitting the others.
You've kind of keyed in you kind of keyed in the specific velocity they're in, and you're able to use that to predict their movements. All right.
Lieutenant Commander, I believe I've identified a pattern.
Very well. Take advantage of it.
Aye.
All right. I want to turn around and shoot again.
Yes.
All right. 2 momentum. No, just these guys. I just want the little guy. All right. As you are still gimbal locked, the ship is just sliding backwards, or with no G-force, or it's just under her own momentum, and you just slide past, yes, and line up the next shot. As you are in a gimbal lock, I'm gonna make this attack roll a little more difficult. So control, but the attack pattern still applies.
Okay.
So control security, 2, 3. So, yeah, it is control security diff 2 altogether.
Diff 2 altogether. Okay. I will spend 2 momentum and a threat to get to 4. Starship tactics as my focus. Control security. Here we go.
And weapon security from the Gettysburg.
Coming up.
Good ship.
Yeah.
Nice.
3 momentum generated. Go ahead and roll that beautiful phaser cannon damage.
Sweet.
And another target is down. But in that enthusiastic roll, I'm going to say you move like an entire zone away from the third target.
Confirmed. Target down, Lieutenant Commander.
Well done. Mr. Riga, put us in position to take on the third target.
Aye, Commander. Just the glasses. It's the soundtrack again. Drifts the ship.
I love
All right,
this
so
character.
that's gonna be your direct.
Yes.
Excellent. Control or daring con.
So is it? You said it's a gimbaled phaser cannon. Is that correct?
No, I was talking about gimbal. Oh, lock. It's a specific maneuver
got it.
Yeah, it's a specific maneuver that starships can do where they cut their main
Heard.
thrust and they just rotate, but
Yeah,
they continue on the
It
same
rotates
path.
Yeah. Copy. Okay. I didn't know if you meant like the turret was the gimbal itself. The ship got it. Heard.
I think they're gimbaled a little. Oh, I mean, they would absolutely have to be. But,
Yeah, they would need to be at least slightly.
All right. Let's see. So you are currently within long range.
Wouldn't be
Ship.
space, but they're not Earth in the sense that we would think of them.
So long range, you can get there on a full impulse burst, but that would ruin the attack pattern and bonus you have.
Sorry, you cut out for me there.
Sorry.
Can you say it one more time?
You can get there on a full impulse burn, and which would be pretty easy, but you would lose the attack pattern buff you have.
We're not going for speed, really. We're just trying to test out all of the capabilities of this weapon system. So I think it's okay if we. What's the maximum range on this?
You can go 2 zones on impulse. Else, if you do attack pattern, you can do 1 zone, and then get an attack pattern.
Yeah, let's just do 1 zone, get an attack pattern, keep it there. Try
All
to
right.
get all the bases for how the cannon works. Alrighty.
And then presence and plus command.
I'm gonna spend 1 momentum to go up to 3 die for him, and then during con, I will reroll the 0 with cautious.
This is a flight test. Why is it weapons security?
That's how it is for attack patterns.
Oh,
And then weapon security from the Gettysburg and presence command from the commander officer.
Nice.
and Lennox just rolled the damage instead of the ship roll.
That's fine.
Oops, nope. Hang on. Presence command again.
Presence command, just 1 die.
That'll do.
And
Weapon security from the ship.
And weapon security. Okay. Oh, I did that out of order. I see.
Yep.
it's fine. We have a record of it.
What the? Come on, roll 20.
Get your
Yeah.
stuff together.
That's-
All right. So
That's just
3,
success, not a comp.
5 on defiance. 4. Heart momentum. As the ship surges, surges forward, and lines up at the next shot to the final flare. But that is all of your turns. That. And you should be down. 4 power.
4 power. Okay.
But nope. Drag. Flare's gonna fall towards the planet. It's so close. Let's see. It is now top of the round.
Credit being spent.
Threat being spent.
Oh no, the flare's going to hit the space bunnies.
Leave them alone.
Not the bunnies.
Also, he had 2 flip from last term, so let's resolve that first before I get creative. So, Guy, 2 float off of that attack pattern and maneuver. What do you want to do with it?
Oh, cool. Let's create the advantage that.
Oh, wait,
Go ahead.
Did Gray not get a turn?
Oh, you can get a turn at. Yeah, because you're a PC on the ship. Yeah, so you would get a turn after.
Yeah.
This.
Wait, after this?
Yeah, after we resolve the momentum spend.
Okay.
Can we create an advantage to just make it that this target flare is accidentally lining itself up beautifully, and not in a problematic pattern?
You managed
Maybe we
to
could slingshot ourselves around an asteroid to get in a better position or something.
Do
yeah
we have any? Oh, is that are any of these big enough?
yeah you can get some gravity off some of these.
Oh yeah, let's do some spicy stuff. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you slingshot.
Hey, we do a sick drift maneuver around one of these asteroids.
And you're able to get yourself in an advantageous position, and that lines that up.
Yeah.
Don't scratch the
Omega-
paint, Mr. Rico.
Omega, before he does it, like looks back at you, Venix, and is like, "Can I?" Like, he's
Hey, what's that threat spin?
Tactical approves.
-2 power.
Okay.
dude. This is like the B team, like, but they're way cooler than any of us. Like,
Okay. Great. You do notice is that the power air drain is a lot more or than it really should be. There's something inefficient about this system.
Possible. Cool. She's going to. I think she needs to reach in the power for us, right?
Mhm.
And that is just a control engineering.
Let me pull up my PDFs. Loading and we're loading. I think it's like control engineering div 2.
Cool, dude.
All right.
You thought I was gonna do that first. Foolish. The first action is to go over to the inertia dampeners. Because we got kicked too far by our shot last time, or like the first time. And try to refine the settings on that.
Absolutely. So you're just tweaking the inertial dampeners?
Mm.
Yeah, same role. Control engineering div 2.
Alright, focus on weapons development because it's that I'm compensating for.
Increased comp, yes. You do need weapons design, but it's like adjacent to it.
Sure. We'll take it. Increased comp. Cool. You can have 3 momentum.
Engineer's much happier about this momentum pull.
Ooh.
Wow.
Oh.
Hey, I am using the computer systems.
That would be a computer system. Yep. So use that reroll.
Use the reroll? Oh, I thought just the computer would be.
Oh,
I
the
thought
computer
ship would get a
assistant.
roll.
Yeah,
roll here?
computers engineering.
Gray's terrible luck continues. I take a break for a few weeks and still not over.
Venix, do you want me to take over so that you don't have to do this anymore? So this gets this quicker.
What?
Computers
I think we have a computer
engineering
roll. Yeah.
for the Gettysburg.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it.
Yeah.
We got it.
Got it.
We got it.
There was a little bit of kickback as this ship is a lot smaller, so the inertial dampener or settings are a lot tighter, or so you kind of like move the bar and you overshot it. You have to undercut it because you're used to working on like scale 4 or 5 ships. This is scale 3. It's much smaller.
Yeah.
But you managed to compensate for it. You now have the... Yeah. You just now have a trait of inertial dampeners compensating.
Compensating. Hell yeah. Alright, then we'll swift action. And generate us some power.
2 momentum or 2 threat?
We'll go 2 momentum.
Cool. Internal systems, power management. Okay. Control engineering, diff 2, brought up to diff 3 because of the swift. And you generate
Understood.
one plus 1 for or each momentum you spend.
Got it. Cool. We'll spend a momentum and 2 threat. It's a total of 6.
All right, 3 momentum generated, so you got 1 power. Do you want to spend 3 momentum to get 3 more?
We will leave 1, so we'll generate 2 more with the other 2 momentum. And we'll just have 1 momentum in the pool.
Cool. So total 3 power are generated as from your engineering console. You're able to pull power from different battery systems, increase the flow of the EPS systems, and generate some power for those gosh darn phaser cannons.
All right,
Now, I believe it's up to. I forgot his name, and he's not showing up. Rill. Sumix Rill.
I think Sorrel stepped away from it.
Oh, maybe he's back. I heard mic noises.
I heard mic noises.
Where we find out that Sorrel forgot to mute his mic and unmute it before he was actually ready to do things.
At least he's not going to the bathroom.
Yeah, would be he down to 0 with all those advantages, but I'm spending 2 threats to tell you that there's a rock in the way.
Sorrel is still lost to the void.
I'm here. Is this a Sumix roll?
Yep, this is Sumix roll. Control security diff 1.
Shoot it.
Shoot her! Shoot her!
Gonna do it. Gonna do it.
So anyway, I started blasting.
That's what we did last night.
The trash man. All right, control security. Diff 1, I will give you a threat to get to 3. Starship Tactics as my focus. And onwards and downwards. There we go.
Nice.
Ruh-roh.
That was
There we
clean.
go.
That's clean.
Well, we can quash it.
It's not.
Is it clean?
It's clean.
Yeah, that is.
That's the 15.
All right, roll that phaser damage.
Yeah, not bad.
You do have 2 float. You want to re-roll that?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the port. Yeah.
Yeah.
Roll those 0.
That's a 3.
You're kind of God.
Make it good.
That'll do.
And with that, you take out the last flare. And a shower of sparks, the flare air explodes safely above the ice planet.
Well, that would felt a lot better. Good work, everyone. Borrego tries to high five the Cardassian tactical officer.
He just gives you the Garrick nod.
I'll take what I can get, buddy.
The like full shoulder, the full upper body nod because he can't bend his neck.
Yep.
Despite our engineering shortcomings, that was satisfactory.
Stand down, red alert.
Let's return to this. Stand down, red alert. Let's return to the Stavanger and dock so that our engineer can address these issues.
Understood, Commander. And Borrego will set a course back to the Stavanger. He will make slight bridge conversation and be like, "So is this what we're doing now? We're just gonna be testing out, stuff that doesn't work and hoping it works when we need it to, or?"
I have every faith in our chief engineer to fix any lingering problems. All new ships have teething issues that must be found and eliminated during shakedown cruises.
Well, it flies good, so as long as we get things sorted out, this is seems pretty fun, man.
I would
No,
also
this
note.
thing flies terribly.
I would also note to the commander that the tactical scenarios were above specs.
Well, these are merely beginning level scenarios, so they will increase in complexity as we are ready for them.
As the Gettysburg flies around to the aft of the Stavanger, slows to maneuvering. Any thrusters, a thin tractor beam, latches out, pulls the Gettysburg in. Her nacelles fold up. She gets it's real small and in ka-chunks into dock. Umbilicals those attached to the Gettysburg, and she's now operating off of the Stavanger's main power. Her own warp core or kind of spirals down into an idle and is supplementing the Stavanger's power systems.
All right, all of you get off so I can rip apart half of these systems.
Understood.
She's all yours, Chief.
She's just gonna grab a couple of the engineering crew and start working on fixing the laundry list of things she noticed needed to be made better.
So just keeping the engineering staff that you used for the test on the ship and just ripping it apart.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the bridge of the Stavanger, you guys are back on the Gettysburg. Sorrel, Elle, and Smith, you've been standing on the bridge, is watching over or these trial runs.
Well, that could have gone a bit better.
Somehow, Mr. Sorrell, I have a feeling that our chief engineer is going to improve the ship.
That is what a chief engineer should do.
Hopefully she doesn't go too overboard with it.
Well,
Somewhere in the distance, maniacal laughter can be heard.
Mrs. Sorrell, I believe we need to make a report on the heating systems. I just felt a chill down my spine.
was that
Doctor-
a request for a sensor scan?
Dr. Guy,
Yo.
where would you be in this situation?
I'm currently. How early is this? Are we like evening shift? What's the vibe?
It's like midday. Nothing in particular going on in medical. You've shook that at down enough. You probably have a laundry list of complaints, as all doctors do.
Yeah. It's everything. Everything was always just in the worst possible position when they send it out of dry dock. If I haven't already reorganized things to work better, then yeah, I'd be in medical. Just making sure that everything is in the right space and everything is perfectly labeled, and stacked in very nice little patterns
Okay.
for peak efficiency.
So, medical lieutenant is currently sitting in the doctor's chair.
Yeah, I didn't feel it. I have a doctor's chair. That's cool.
There's like a secondary officer's chair that will allow you to be like on the bridge,
If
Or-
we don't
or you
have-
could just
if we
be-
don't have somebody,
or you could just be
important,
McCoy and you
then
just like hang out over the captain's
I was
shoulder.
just vibing.
Yeah. If we don't have anybody of more importance, this chair is
It's kind of like
being the medical chair.
counselor,
Sure.
doctor, whoever wants
Yeah.
to sit there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the doctor could be there. I mean,
Yeah, I'll be walking into the bridge.
you know,
It's fine.
McCoy did that all the time. He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just going to show up. I'm just going to stand here on the bridge.
Yeah,
and
just pull a
be
McCoy.
here.
If Troy wasn't the one sitting to the captain's left, it was Crusher.
Yeah, I'll walk in the bridge around this time and pull over a chair and be like, how did the rest of the test go?
The trial run of the Getty was not a failure. How I would characterize it.
In terms of a prototype vessel, it was a success. But engineers always have their own opinions on them.
Well, of course, that's why it's a prototype. When it's out in the field, it's natural for things to undergo changes. I'm sure that Lieutenant Commander Gray will improve upon the design exponentially if given enough time.
Hopefully not over-design it, but I think we've seen enough to assess it as a competent component of our arsenal. Should we engage in combat?
That's good. Have you all run simulations of the Stavanger itself yet, or are we still on the Gettysburg?
Sorrel raises an eyebrow. Have I run simulations? Of course, Doctor. I've run simulations.
Well,
You have to
hypothetically, it was a rhetorical question. I knew you were going to say
The
yes.
newest components of the Stavanger are the docking abilities for the Gettysburg. Everything else is as it was prior to its modifications. It's not a test bed. It's a test bed ship, but it's not a prototype of the Sovereign class.
Well, good. The medical is sorted out as much as it can be. It's nicer than the first Stavanger, but everything was completely disorganized when we got the ship. But that's standard Starfleet operating protocol.
Do we have an advanced sick bay here, or not?
No,
I'm just assuming it's bigger.
Just bigger, but normal.
we don't have it. We don't have the talent for the fancy medical bag now.
Okay,
Yeah.
we don't have that talent.
But
No,
but you
most
do have
of our talents are more combat oriented.
you have a medicine 1, so you have about as much medical gear as a MASH hospital.
Match, gotcha. Do.
Yeah. So you have enough medical. You have enough medical
Suicide
facilities to
painless.
keep someone from dying.
Okay.
Still,
Oh,
Yeah,
gotcha.
it's
So triage.
24th
Yeah,
century medicine versus 21st century medicine.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very much more advanced, and you could actually perform proper surgery.
But oriented toward triage as opposed to kind of like advanced medical.
Sure.
The ship is oriented towards being the one that does the damage instead of being the one that takes all the damage.
I mean, if you're the one that's doing the damage, you're often also the one that's taking the damage.
Taking the damage.
Yeah, we demonstrated that last night.
Mm-hmm.
No
Um,
shields up, blasted apart a Toth vessel.
How much longer would we be here for tests? Are they all completed? Are we
As soon as the Gettysburg is completely docked with the ship, we will be heading on towards Chetera.
I have received confirmation from the chief of the deck, captain, that the Gettysburg is docked.
Mr. 3, set course to Chetera Prime.
Shutter Prime. I. Do. And
Onwards. I timed that perfectly.
yes,
Nice.
the Stavanger jumps to warp. And now I think would be a good time to have a conference room scene about what we're
Okay.
going to do on Chet.
On Chetera.
What are we gonna do?
Unless there's
What
other
are we
like
not
minor
going to
scenes.
do? Is
Unless
also
there's
what
other
we
minor
should
scenes we want
discuss.
to do before then.
No, I think we're gonna have to send Venix to go drag Gray away from the Gettysburg.
Sumix is going to go to Venix's office and apologize for any inefficiencies in his tactical approaches.
Okay, we can do that. Venix, you've just got off the Gettysburg. You're kind of on your way to your office or your quarters on the upper deck. And as you're walking by, Sumex comes up behind you.
Lieutenant Commander, I wish to apologize for the inefficiency and the ineffectiveness of my tactical approaches in the scenarios that we were imposed upon. I will endeavor to improve upon those in future circumstances.
Is he ensign or lieutenant?
Lieutenant.
Lieutenant, there was nothing inadequate about your tactical operations. The ship was having issues that we had to compensate for. You did so sufficiently. I judged the training exercise a success, and your performance was more than adequate. But we will have time to improve.
I appreciate that, Lieutenant Commander. I'm always attempting to achieve, if not perfection, near perfection, and in my assessment of my tactical approaches, I don't think I was anywhere close to peak efficiency, but I do appreciate that you have given me a grace. And he nods.
You're welcome, Lieutenant. Please continue to run simulations and enjoy yourself as your duties allow.
Absolutely, Lieutenant Commander, you can rely upon me.
I have no doubt.
And he'll head off.
Right. It's morning of the next day. You are about 24 hours from Chet.
Okay.
Gray,
I'm mildly concerned that Gray attempted to sleep on the Gettysburg so she could just continue working as late as possible.
Sleep?
but
Who
Gray,
needs sleep?
much to your chagrin, you're kind of dragged to the senior officers' meeting. But you do have teams that are actively working on the Gettysburg right now.
Nice.
But early morning, first thing in the morning, people probably have their coffee or some breakfast items.
Sorrel will be standing up with with the screen on, giving a briefing on the politics of the Chet, our rundown of our previous encounters, and potential scenarios, and then he'll sit down after that presentation.
Not give me a presence command. Let's see. Presence command difficulty 3, assisted by computers command of the Stavanger.
Presence command. Three, so I will spend 2 momentum, 1 threat to get to 4. I do have interstellar politics as a focus. Will you accept that?
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, onwards and downwards.
And Smith, you can get computers command from the Stavanger. Going once, going twice.
It's a fine. It's a 14.
Okay. 1 momentum am generated.
Yep.
What we know about our Chet politics is very conflicting. They have a very chaotic political stance. There haven't been there haven't been much of a dedicated anthropological study or a diplomatic corps that's been set up to talk and kind of get to the bottom of the Chet yet, which is probably why they've been so much of a wild card, because we don't know how they operate. But you do know that they have hyper dopamine responses to new stimuli, and that leads them to be novelty seeking, almost to a detriment. And one thing of note is that they do not have traditions, it seems. The scant anthropological teams have been set up have been trying to figure out what the traditions of Chet are, and the Chet are kind of baffled and slightly horrified at the concept.
So it's they live in the now.
Yeah.
Constantly. Gotcha.
Commander Sorrel, do you have scans of the planetary body that we'll be interacting with?
Yeah, I'll pull up the scans of Terra Prime and its characteristics, population size, technological level.
Yeah, for momentum I can give that to you.
I'll spend it.
Population is approximately 3 billion in individuals. Also, it's a very warm and lush world. It's pretty be humid there, and they have a lot of jungle terrain, leading to the Chet at having a very arboreal lifestyle. But
you wouldn't mind sending it down to medical. I want to look over it, make sure there's no apparent airborne contaminants or things that the crew should be worried about.
I mean, I'll transport all of our physical data on Terra Prime to the doctor.
Doc, go ahead and give me a reason medicine div 2.
Reason medicine div 2. I'll give you a momentum and go with 3 die. Let's see. Would you let investigation apply here?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Copy. I'll reroll the 0. See what happens.
Fish.
And then computer's medicine from the ship.
Come on, Stavanger. Help us out here.
Still clean.
It's a 15.
Yep. But you did get it. The humidity shouldn't be too bad, as those who are used to it. Sorrel actually might have some issues, considering he's from an arid planet. He might his natural arid adaptations might react poorly to any Chet heating systems.
Yeah, I'm gonna have allergies.
Yep.
Which is funny for the player who's also with allergies.
And also of note, it does have slightly higher gravity, but not so much that's a detriment. You'll add a couple pounds.
Gotcha. I'll relay that. Slightly higher gravity, so joints might feel it after some time on the planet. Commander Sorrel, would you like me to try to whip up some sort of antibody for some of your allergic symptoms, potentially?
That would be most agreeable, Doctor.
Beautiful. I should have something whipped up before we have to go planet side tomorrow. So, Captain, what is... do we have a contact planet side? Do we have any appointments already set up?
Unfortunately, I have no proper contacts within any of the chat. First and second contact were either brief or did not end well. In that regard, at no point is anyone to go off alone on Chetera. I want at least teams of 2 or 3 at all times, as a precaution. Based on reports, there is a small minority of Chet that would view any species they view as new as vivisection subjects.
Prime Director Protocols, of course, right, Captain?
Correct. Lieutenant Commander Eudes, I would caution you not to attempt any improvements to Chet technology or their infrastructure without express permission from Chet authorities.
And do I have to come down?
If you would prefer to stay on the ship and continue work on the
thanks.
Gettysburg.
Like, yep, noping out.
Very well then.
Phoenix, did you want to? Phoenix, did you want to look at any reports?
Security.
Yeah. What are their? I guess their security and military situations like? Or do they have a standing, Army, Navy, Space Navy, unified security forces, that kind of thing?
Security Div 2, computer security.
Okay, computers as a focus.
Mm-hmm. As you're pulling up previous records.
Oh man.
The ship cannot help you.
need these rolls tomorrow.
Oh, both of those sucked
Oof.
hard.
Yeah.
Got anything for that?
I'm looking.
Gosh. Oh, no.
Well, I do have exceptional reasons, so that would have given me an automatic
Okay.
success. But we still have that.
You have a reroll?
comp.
So with that +1 success, does that mean that the ship can assist?
The ship can assist.
Okay. Ship helped.
That's a hit.
Got
We
it.
succeed, but you still have the
It's still
complication.
complicated.
Yeah.
Still complicated.
So best case scenario, you'd have to be determined.
Alright, we don't have 2 momentum, do we?
No, we don't. Are you determined for this roll?
I will use my determination to the value of explore, learn, and report.
Yes, that does fit here. Go ahead and roll that.
There we go.
You can roll both zeros if you want.
Oh, okay.
There we go. All right, so
I'll give us some sweet momentum.
4. All right, 2 momentum generated.
Sweet, sweet momentum.
Their tech level is approximately Enterprise era, so they're still using phase pistols. They haven't quite got transporter or technology yet, and their warp drives are just barely brushing up against warp factor 5. As
Aw.
far
Look at them. They're so cute.
yeah, as far as standing military and stuff, it looks like it's more of a militia system.
Okay, kind of volunteerish.
Yeah. Volunteers so they don't have a standing army, but if an army was to be raised, they could probably like call for people to volunteer, and they're in.
Okay, so not what you would call a highly militaristic society then.
No, but they do have a extensive weapons testing program.
Shadow Reply directive. Go out and poke everything.
Okay. Does any of those weapon systems that they appear that there would be a threat to the Stavanger?
No, all of their air
Yeah.
weapons, and you could run laps around these guys.
Yeah, if it's the Enterprise era, we're good.
But
Yeah. Just making sure they don't have anything surprises.
the Gettysburg in its current state is still more technologically advanced than their
Yeah,
entire
got
fleet.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough for me.
I think I just felt Gray's eye twitch when I suggested throwing the ripped apart Gettysburg against the Chet.
Extremely.
Okie dokie.
Captain, what's our diplomatic strategy in engaging with this technologically sort of on the cusp of technological advancement, but a society that is prepared to perhaps leap exponentially into the void?
Our diplomatic strategy at this point has become a guide to the galaxy at large for the Chet.
Are we adopting
give them the right path towards a better society, one that is not going to inadvertently give harmful materials to others?
So the Vulcan model with humanity, then?
I suggest similar, yes, but not as much hand-holding.
The irony is not lost on anyone who's familiar with Earth history.
Yeah.
The situation here is very different from that interaction so long ago.
But I do agree. General principles, I think, seem to apply here. We have the advanced technology. We know where they're going, and we want to. I think our goal should be to be a guide and a mentor as they enter into the larger political scenario in the Shackleton Expanse. This is perhaps the most crucial point within the significant political situation that we are faced with at Shackleton. The Chet, depending on how it goes, could decide it one way or the other.
I believe we should temper our expectations in that front. Putting too much pressure on them in any which way could cause them to react negatively.
Oh, I'm not suggesting we pressure them. I'm simply observing that I think the Chet are the random vector in the Shackleton, the unaccountable factor, and as such, I believe that our encounter with them is going to be crucial to what ultimately is the results in terms of Starfleet and the Federation, or the forces that are aligned against us.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Commander, but we should stray away from such phrasing with them. We shouldn't give them the implication that they are that much more important than they are. This species is very erratic in its nature, from what we know of them.
Yes.
If we push them too much with that kind of phrasing, they could become an issue for diplomatic relations going forward.
No, fair point, Captain. Although I would say, somewhat ironically, my people characterized your people in the same respect a few generations ago.
Ooh.
Great.
Yes, but we had only just barely reached Orb when you had found us. This situation is very different.
Gray Udis, what's your thoughts?
That aren't able to do this by themselves, are they really worth being out here?
That is never our decision. If a species has been capable of warp travel, we can't take that away from them. They have begun exploring. They have begun farther reaches than their world's previous borders.
Well, I wasn't saying that they can't be out here. I'm just saying, maybe I don't understand the argument here.
Perhaps if you quantify your confusion, that would help us better explain it.
Well, I mean, are you all are arguing about how to handle them, right? What do you mean by that?
Our hands are tied by our prime directive. We cannot directly interfere with a species' development. But we can at least guide them into a path that will not be self-destructive.
And so you're arguing if you should do that?
We're arguing how we should go about that.
I think at present time, I think we're stuck in a cyclical, theoretical conversation when we still have not made diplomatic contact with the other piece of the equation, which is them. I think these are all...
they have achieved sufficient technological sophistication to permit first contact. So. First contact has already occurred, so we are in second contact, and diplomatic normalization. That's where we're at.
Unfortunately, Mr. Searle, that's not entirely accurate as well. This is technically our third contact.
But still,
tomato, yeah.
Same idea.
It's a matter of
we also have to consider their cultural sophistication as well.
The point is, we have no formal treaty. We have no formal relations, and that's sort of the endpoint goal that we might have in these interactions.
Okay. I'm not a diplomacy person, so I don't know why you would want my opinion on that anyway. Get an actual diplomat here, not a person who fixes things.
It is interesting, Ian, because the Chet have shown an extreme technological proclivity and evolution in just in the short time we've been looking at them.
Right. So they're on an exponential curve. Is the point?
Is it a like exponential curve, or is there like a random jump?
That's a good question.
Hard to
Author?
say. Hard to say at this time. You would have to dig into their cultures more.
I mean, certainly they've made a significant technological jump, whether or not it's on a exponential advance or it's sort of stepwise is the question.
Even just looking at their technological levels and capabilities. From the moment that the Gungnir met them to this one, they have made quite a considerable leap in a short amount of time.
I mean, I do think Benix makes a good point, which is sort of
right. Yeah,
we can speculate endlessly, and maybe we just need to.
That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we talk to someone, and then we move from there.
Yeah. All right. So this conversation is kind of petering out. Let's set our directives. Prime directive is always in play. What's our number one top objective we want to try, or the top rule we want to apply?
Establish formal diplomatic relations, right?
Yeah.
Formal positive diplomatic channels with the Chet.
Yes. All right. Establish formal diplomatic channels. Chet. All right. Second directive.
Probably learning about their cultural, societal, technological.
Yeah. What makes the Chet tick?
Right. Exactly. Yeah. What makes the Chet, basically. Yeah.
Distinctiveness. I am totally gonna misspell that. And do we want a fourth directive or like any particular rule?
Recruit more Borg. Yeah.
Recruit more Borg. Got it.
No.
That's
No.
number 4, I think.
All right.
No.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
No.
Or
we don't find any
That makes absolutely no sense. Stop it.
anyways.
More liberated Borg. Yes, absolutely.
Stop it.
Anyways.
No, I don't think there's anything.
Any other objective, or is there like any other rule we want to keep in besides obviously prime directive?
So within the confines of the prime directive, to bring the Chet into alignment with Federation in the Shackleton, I think that is an objective, right? I mean, we are opposed to the Toth, we are opposed to other forces like the Luminox, and we would like the Chet to be on our side.
May not be a member of the Federation, but at least be
aligned. Aligned.
Yeah, aligned entity. Yeah.
So form an alliance. All right.
Mhm.
Begin an alliance with Chet.
And I think forming an alliance might be a little too far at this stage.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
could be a
beginning,
strong word,
like
but
just
yeah.
set the stages.
It's an ambitious goal, but it's a goal, right? I mean, it's
Set the sights high, baby. Let's go. Yeah.
yeah. Come on.
Let's establish relations. You know, hey,
Yeah, no,
this is
I mean-
us,
Yeah,
this is you.
no,
But that's why this is the fourth.
Definitely.
Like, yeah, like we do all
Right,
the
yeah.
other
Mhm.
things first.
Because
the
contract
captain is
2
definitely
and
not
3,
going
yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Let's sign this treaty now. You have
Well,
no
yeah, I
choice.
think 2 and 3, if we do well with
Yeah.
those, that could lead to number 4 being successful.
This
Number
is-
4,
captain
sure.
is captain's priority is make sure diplomatic relations are open with the Chet, and then bring in diplomats to get the treaties done.
Okay.
Because I think the threat is some other force or nation or interstellar power aligning themselves with the Chet and bringing the Chet with them.
It's
Which we
far more
don't want.
worrying that the Toth getting the Chet on board and the Chet
Oh
just going.
man, the Toth and the Chet, that is such a terrible idea. I hate it so
All right.
much.
Directives is updated.
All right, cool.
Any final words,
Right
Captain?
back.
Before we break?
For those of us that are going down to the planet, we must maintain an air of caution and of hope. Caution in the face of a culture that we don't fully understand, and hope in a friendship that will last longer than any of us.
Wise
Okay.
words.
Give me presence command of 0.
Presence command. Diplomacy as a focus,
I'll take it.
and you can have a threat. Onwards.
Nice.
We have full momentum
Yeah, full
going
momentum.
into Chet.
Alright.
Oh god.
Are we taking a break here?
Yeah,
'Cause
we are
do
all
these.
all dismissed. You guys can free RP and do your things.
Awesome.
Captain is leaving to go to his ready room.
Well, I've got a shuttle to continue to tear apart.
It's an escort.
No.
You downgraded the Gettysburg.
What do you mean?
You have to pay extra for that.
Gettysburg isn't a shuttle, it's like an escort class. It's a full-on ship. It's about the size of the Defiant.
Yeah, okay, then escort. I apologize for misdiagnosing the ship.
You are forgiven. Phoenix, don't do it again.
FedEx?
Do what?
Exactly.
I didn't misclassify our ship.
You yell at Gray too many times. He yells at me.
Damn it! And guy wanted to do a scene and he walks off.
Who walks off?
Where's the streaming hologram off? Give me 1 second.
All right.
Oh, there it is. Guy, the meeting's
Yeah.
been adjourned. You can have a moment with Phoenix.
Oh, nice. Yeah, as like everyone's walking out, I'll just walk up to Venix and be like, "Oh, Lieutenant Commander Venix, you have a moment? I could use your services in medical briefly."
Certainly, I may assist you.
When I was transferring medical logs over to the Stavanger A, appears that I'm missing blood scans and makeup of you on the ship's computers. But
those were not transferred over?
it doesn't appear to be, no. Just
I see.
all the stuff. You want to come with me into medical?
Well, can I make an appointment with you in the future? I'm in the middle of a project.
The appointment was more of a brief discussion of confidential purposes, doctor-patient confidentiality, of course.
Oh, what is it you'd like to discuss?
Well, I'm assuming. Yeah,
You're
I'm trying
walking
to
through
get
the
somewhere quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. We can move this to the sick bay.
Yeah. I'll just be like, we had our little bonding over a bar fight, which was lovely. But I noticed that you were uniquely resilient to the hypo that I incidentally tried to drink the Klingon with, hit you instead, and you were not phased, which was unique, which caused me to look around and realized it didn't have reports, which is not any sort of big deal. This isn't anything that needs to be reported to anyone else. I just think that if there's something about you that is unique or that could potentially come up in the future, the more I know, the more I could be capable of assisting.
I certainly understand what you mean, Doctor. The Neurosian physiology is uniquely resilient. I believe I am the only one of my species in Starfleet at the moment.
And that makes you, of course, very unique. As ship's doctor, I want to make sure that I can assist you to the best of my ability should the need arise. If it is of personal significance to you, I can make sure that nothing, no tests or anything that I take will be submitted to the ship's logs or Starfleet's logs as a whole. I will keep it only on myself personally, to make it that I am the only individual that knows whatever it is, if it is something that you wish to keep private.
Well, let me consider it, Doctor, and
Of course.
we can discuss this going forward.
Absolutely. My door is always open. Here to help however I can. So please do not hesitate to come to me with any questions, concerns, or anything of the matter. But of course, you and I, we are the only two that will be having this conversation at any point in time. None of my other medical staff will know, or will Commander Sorrell or Captain Smith. It is doctor-patient, and that is the end of the discussion.
I appreciate your consideration, Doctor.
Of course. It's I was in Starfleet intelligence before, so it translates some of the skills too.
A doctor and an intelligence officer.
The brain has large capacity, different scopes, but it is what it is.
Well,
but yes,
also,
think on
do
it.
you serve two different masters, shall we say?
No, my primary station on the ship is Chief Medical Officer of the Stavanger A. I simply have access to intelligence channels from previous operational capacities. But if you are asking if I am actively reporting everyone's existences and whatnot to Starfleet intelligence, That is not my task. And even if it was, I would not comply.
I see. Fascinating.
I could say the same about you, Commander.
I can understand from your point of view that I would be a curiosity.
I would want to reiterate, not a curiosity for the sake of curiosity, but a curiosity for the sake of knowing how you tick, so that I can assist if any sort of medical tribulations arise.
I'm spending 2 threat. Venix. Truthfully, are you being cagey and trying to avoid looking too deep into your physiology?
Yes.
Okay. I need you to do an opposed roll. Venix, you're doing presence, command, or security. Doctor, you can do insight command.
Copy.
Is Venix trying to lie to the doctor?
Not lie.
Not lie. I think he's not wanting to go into it. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
More of a dodge.
Right. Yeah. You're intentionally dodging the.
Being vague.
Yeah. Right. Which makes sense. Okay. Cool. So would you accept investigation as a focus? And then how do we do this? Do we?
Yeah.
just,
You guys just decide like how many dice you want to throw at this.
You just want to do a gentleman's duel? There's just no dice. We both just roll flat.
I'll actually take your interrogation focus.
Oh, copy.
But yeah, it's up to you if you want to do gentleman's duel or if you want to dump threat, go for it.
Yeah. Let's just do that. Just 2 die versus 2 die.
Yeah. I don't want to waste any momentum or threat for the rest of the
Right.
group.
Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I will forcibly spend 2 threat.
All right. Well, let's do it. Right. Beautiful.
Nice.
We're both just staring at each other.
Right.
There's
Blink,
definitely a vibe.
Yeah.
There's definitely a vibe of something's up, but you can't quite put your finger on it.
That's fine. Yeah. It was not meant to be a pressing conversation, and if it is something that's personal or troubling, I don't want you to. You don't have to explain anything that you are not comfortable with explaining. But I just wanted to make sure that you knew that in this situation, I've made some observations, and that my allegiances in this regard are specifically to you, and that is the end of it. So
I completely understand your position, Doctor, and how anybody that would be tasked with caring for a patient would like to know as much possible about them as possible.
Correct. I'm glad that you understand, but you do not have to do anything right now, of course. Just think on what I said. Medical is always open, so if at any point you wish to discuss it further, I can always make time in my schedule for a private chat.
Thank you, Doctor. I appreciate it. The Neurosian people are a private, cautious people about, about themselves in general. So.
I understand. I am a betazoid, so privacy was uncommon growing up. It is hard to keep secrets from a room full of telepaths, but I found a way, and I understand wanting to keep things private, so I respect you in that regard.
Thank you. And I wish you a good afternoon, Doctor.
You as well. Cool. I'll just go back to plunk it around on my computer.
I'll leave.
Yep. Venix leaves, and the camera lingers on Guy as you're plugging away on the computer. What are your thoughts?
I mean, acceptable. No problems. I'm not gonna pry further at any point in time. I fully respect Venix's decision to be quiet and reserved about being one of the few of that species.
There's that little voice in the back of your head that's just a little intelligence officer that says, "We need to know."
But there's always the want for more information is definitely there. But I was being truthful, and he's really just doing it from the side of chief medical on the ship. I've noticed there's some things that are weird. If a trank injection that was meant for a raging Klingon has no effect on you, then if you're hurt, what I need to be able to do something to stabilize you if it gets to that point. But
okay, so from a very altruistic viewpoint. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
We close on that scene, and before I have to change the music here. As we appear around Chetera Prime.
I was actually going to ask for a scene with Captain Smith.
Oh, we could do that as well. Yeah.
I didn't do it.
No, scene with Captain Smith. In your ready room?
That's where I would assume.
That is where I am, yes.
All right.
There's no ready room on this map.
There is now.
It's around.
It's behind one of these two doors up here.
It's in the John
the void.
Smith, Captain Smith, Captain Jonathan Smith likes his ready room painted white. All the furniture white. Any decoration is white.
No tables, no nothing.
Now, if you ask chat, they're probably currently screaming, "Barbie, Barbie, ready room, Barbie, ready room."
Funny you should mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Throne, I guess.
I hate this.
One unfortunate thing about out this ready room, it is indeed the carpet and the wall all furnishings are Barbie pink. For some reason.
Let's go.
How much threat did that cost?
It costs channel points.
Not nearly enough.
It should have cost them several million to do this to me.
Just one of those weird tweaks, aches of the design. You've been kind of working around it, Smith, or you've been just flat out ignoring it.
Ignoring it, doing most of the paperwork in the conference room instead.
Makes sense. Gray will go out to the door and knock.
Enter.
All right, so
Yes, Commander. This is something I wish for you to change.
yeah, that's moved about 3 tiers up my priority list.
Thank you.
Knowing Gray, that is an actual so I took away some time from my busy schedule of making sure the Gettysburg is actually usable to bring my proposal about the warp core to you.
With your current projects, while we're in orbit, etc., how quickly can you get it done?
I mean, I trust every single one of my engineering crew to do their best and excellent jobs at the Gettysburg. If I refit myself. Most likely by the time you're done, unless you really tick off the Chet, unless you really anger the Chet.
Very well. Once we're in orbit and I and the away team have beamed down, you maybe can work on it.
You don't want an explanation of what it does or anything?
Consider this an act of faith.
It's really been a long road getting into this point, hasn't it? Damn it!
In the jar!
In the jar.
I knew it when you squeaked.
Continue.
Okay. Consider the. Okay, I think the human thing would be to say consider the carpet thing moved up to 4 priorities instead of 3, but I won't actually sully the reputation of my priority list based on such like base desires. So it will go exactly where it's supposed to go on my priority list.
Very well.
All right,
Right.
I'm going to make sure everything's ready for.
Very well, then I will not keep you from your preparations.
She nods and starts running off.
Is Cyril on the bridge?
He would be.
Yeah, if Cyril's here, you just see Gray very giddily running away from the ready room. Take that and do with it as you will.
Eyebrow raised.
Gray just looks at Sorrel's eyebrow. You should get looked at. It looks like you're like having a stroke.
Eyebrow raised further.
Yeah, she just immediately goes into the turbulent with that.
All right.
I'm pretty sure what she said was that this is garish to me, and it's up the list of the other 50 things that I have.
Yeah, exactly. She would not have moved it as like a bra. She just moved it because this is personally offensive to her.
All right. The Gettysburg drops out of warp near the Cheddar system. There is pretty significant civilian traffic around, and there is their space station in orbit.
I feel like that was a slip, and you meant the Stavanger.
Yes.
Yeah, Stavanger.
I was very confused how the mostly apart Gettysburg was going to help with going to
Gettysburg
anywhere.
is docked. Gettysburg is docked and being upgraded.
And chat finally found the soundboard, and they're playing silly sound bites for me.
Nice.
All right.
This is a good thing?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they good sound bites?
Mhm.
All right, well there you go.
All fun and games since chat accidentally plays the copyright ones.
No, they wouldn't be copyright. Anyways, so you approach, you ask to, you go through the channels, and you get very excited and very enthusiastic. Yes, please come down. We're so excited to see you. Here's the coordinates, and come see us.
All right then. Lieutenant Sorrel, Commander Sorrel, have Guy and Venix meet us in the transporter room. I have to grab a few things before I head there myself.
Oh, Arthur, did you also want me to roll to make Commander Sorrell's allergy medication?
Ow.
Jesus.
Oh no.
That was awful. Did you want me to roll for Sorrell's
yes.
allergy meds?
Yeah, I forgot about
Copy.
out that. Let's go ahead and do that real quick.
I don't know whose phone is ringing, but they need to pick it up.
Yeah, it wouldn't be too bad. Slight comp because unusual environment, and you're kind of troubleshooting ahead. Computers, medicine.
Oh no, chat has given us a complication. Oh no.
I'm
Is
gonna.
the complication that Cyril's eyebrow just drifted off into space?
I'll give you momentum. Go up to 3 die. Sweet, sweet, sweet victory. Yeah.
Sweet Caroline.
Ba, ba,
And we just
Let's go, white people.
ba. White people, stand for your national anthem.
White, huzzah.
All right.
people that hate that song.
You have a float, and you do have hypospray. Okay. Hey, abuse this, and I'm gonna make you charge for bits. It's for a chat.
They're going to abuse it.
Why were they not already charged
I
for
was gonna
this?
say, is it free? You made it free?
We need the profits. You're letting profits lie on the table in the Star Trek game?
Author,
Orca's
Some are
gonna
free.
come for you right now.
author, you know your chat. Why did you think it was a good idea to let them just have something they could spam?
Anyways, it can't be spam. There's timers. You do have a float, and you do have a hypospray.
Yeah, we're gonna make the float just like narratively. This hyperspray works really well. It's just like a pocket airway cleanser.
This is why I play this game, so I can imagine a world where there's a shot that fixes
Yeah.
my allergies.
I
One-
accidentally made a
Right.
thing. I accidentally made a hyperspray that helps really, really good with like all of the allergies.
Ugh,
So
great.
the professor is currently very jealous of Sorrel.
Yeah. You got hyperspray. One spray should take care of it for several days, you think.
Perfect. Yeah.
So guy just shows up in the transporter room, injects Sorrel, then says, "Oh, there you go. That's your Alex."
yeah. I'm
And-
like, I got this.
And Yudas,
Yeah.
as do you want to bring a supporting character since we might not bounce up to orbit for a little bit?
I'm okay for right now. I'm still getting back in the swing of things.
Okay. All right.
I'll give it to Sorrel. I made this for you. It should work really good. There's a slight potential that it's going to be way better than I think. So we'll see. Just
I
you
say we have just generic
Thank-
crewman number 5 in
Thank
case
you, Doctor.
in case she wants to join us at any point.
Sounds good. Yeah, you can have like a team with you.
nice.
Hey, has this stuff been tested?
Yeah, right now.
I did some.
Sorrel, you're looking very pink today.
I did some child.
Is this function number one?
Literally just shot me up with it, so we're good to go.
I put it in myself first. I'm not a monster.
Yeah,
Is
which-
that why you look green?
Oh no! Don't tell me. I
It
will
was
good,
spread off and put
guys.
some of the side effects.
Security team, do you want to bring any other teams?
Assuming we don't want to bring too many people. That would be weird.
No, I think that's
Think that's good?
Yeah, I think
Cool.
just having generic team is good.
Generic team's
Yeah.
good. All right.
Yeah. It's like a standard away team, so there's not really specific crew on it. It's like a chunk of any department.
All right. you beam down into a fairly empty room. In fact, it is almost disturbingly empty.
Is the ground dirt or is it metal? Are the walls metal?
This is like a standard metal room, but it's just like plain steel walls and stuff.
Does it look like a warehouse room that doesn't have any stuff in it, or a rat, or are there any like symbols on the walls? Anything to indicate that this room has a purpose, or is it just super nondescript?
There is a symbol on the floor, and there's a door with a pad on it that quickly opens.
Okay. All right.
Ian walks in. They're literally like 4 foot tall, all squirrels. They look just like squirrels on Earth, but they're walking bipedally, and they have super colorful, almost rainbow-esque fur all up and down them, and a simple smock kind of like hung around their neck, and then and tucked up between their legs to the tail, because in between the wrist and the ankle is a glide wing, just this big flap of skin.
Nice.
I give the according to the records, I give the traditional Chet greeting.
You can certainly try. Give me a presence command of 2.
We haven't used that traditional greeting in 3 days.
All right. Presence command. Div 2. I will give you. I will spend 2 momentum and 1 threat to get to 4. Will you accept interstellar politics as a focus?
I will, given that situation.
All right. Oh, I'm gonna fish. I'm gonna fish, guys. Yeah, fishing
Nice.
worked.
Nice.
Got the 2 momentum, and back as you do quote unquote traditional Chet greeting, which is very wide armed open hand and bow.
Okay.
And talking lightning in fast and kind of a high pitched voice, which I'm not going to do for the sake of my sanity and my biology.
Greetings, representatives of the Chitera. We are representatives of Starfleet, and we are pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh my god, aliens! They're actually aliens here. Okay, we know what to do. You know, stay calm. We're good. Let's check them in the show. We're good. Okay. Hey, we're gonna be your escorts through the city. It is kind of dangerous. It's for you guys out there, and we'll hopefully be able to keep you guys safe while you're here. And we're so glad that you're here. This is really exciting for us.
We welcome your assistance and protection as we interact as 2 nations coming together.
And you wanted to go to the council tree?
And Sorrell's giving Smith the side eye. He's like, you liking this? Am I doing it right?
Smith has just got that look in his eye that says senior diplomat is just watching as young diplomat does everything possible to make himself look like he knows what he's doing while having no idea what he's doing.
That is pretty accurate.
Yes, we are here to speak with representatives of the government for the beginnings of diplomatic treaties and alliances.
Yeah, they told us all that. Wow, this is gonna be so cool. All right, stay close L2S, we'll kind of set a circle all around you to keep any of the locals from getting too curious about the situation. And just follow us and we'll be okay. Got it?
Of course,
will-
yes.
Endeavor
Yeah.
to keep up with you as best as I am able.
We are at your convenience.
All right. They kind of set up positions and surround you and
Wouldn't
lead you out
it,
to the
All
door.
right. I'll like whisper to Venix.
Author, I'm gonna.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Wouldn't it be more prudent to just have beamed us to wherever we need to go if there's?
They're not used to transporter or technology.
Copy.
All right. Venix,
Also, I was
you
gonna
want
say, I'm gonna.
It has different places for us to go.
Venix?
I'm gonna instruct my fellow security officer there not to engage without permission,
Got it.
just to make sure.
Yep, they nod. All right.
Oh my God, so many Chet.
Yay! Oh, that's adorable.
That's not adorable. That's terrifying.
Oh, I love
It is a giant Chet city, and I need some more sounds for this because it is a cacophony of sound.
Think of it this way, guy. That's a bunch of toddlers, and we're the new shiny object in the room.
Oh, they're looking at us. That's sweet.
Mhm.
They want to rip us apart.
And I have one for Jungle Planet.
Mm-hmm. One
As
experience is 1, 2, 1.
You step out of this plain room, and I'm gonna need everyone to make a fitness command roll, diff 2, as the stark difference of stimuli between in the room and the outside almost hits you like a brick wall.
So, composure as a focus.
Yes.
We got composure, Terrell.
So I have composure. Do I have an advantage from the allergy medicine stuff?
No, I'll take that advantage.
Let's go.
Can I state my diplomat trait?
I'll take the diplomat trait. Yeah, you're kind of
Okay.
used to
Dip one.
going into strange situations.
You're still getting a threat from me.
Okay.
I'll spend 2 momentum, 1 threat to get to 4.
I'm just gonna do
Downward.
one
Downwards.
momentum to get up to 3.
I will re-roll a 0. Oh, I got it.
We
Oh
would
my
have to be at 5 still, author. I got 1 over our cat.
I do dispense first, and then I
Yeah.
I
Oh,
put
sorry.
it back.
That's a 19.
Okay.
Want to lower the complication range?
Yeah, I don't know why it was set to 2. My apologies.
Roll did get it.
And Venix.
Can I use combat tactics as a focus in order to rapidly assess the situation and handle it?
Nerves of steel.
Increased complication. Yeah.
Worth it.
How much complication?
Just one.
Do it.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh,
my
no.
God.
And you don't have your determination anymore.
Oh, well. I'm gonna have to use
Wait. I
that.
can. Sorrel's in the scene, so I can spend 3 momentum and give him his determination.
Yeah. Without veteran, it's not great for me to give my determination away at the beginning of a diplomatic mission.
Okay.
I'll
I'll take the three momentum.
Okay.
Okay. So I can re-roll that.
If you have a value.
Protect those around you at all costs.
Given the situation, and yes. And
Okay.
and the compact tactics focus.
Okay.
There we go.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Thank
It
you,
is.
Boom.
It is just like a stunning shockwave of colors, lights, sounds as you step out of this unassuming metal bunker that's been set up in this little alcove. And you look up, and it is just stacks of tree houses going up these trees for hundreds of meters, and little rope bridges is slinging across them, and pads and everything. And there's like hand crank platforms that are being pulled up, and Chet are just gliding from tree to tree. And the tree houses that are slung up in the tree are garishly colored, or just the most shocking colors. There's you could possibly imagine bright baby blues, reds, greens, pinks, all clashed together and thrown into the branches of these trees. You appear to be at the edge of a clearing, and you look behind you, and there is a starport with landing pads and ships coming to. And 98% of the population appears to be Chet.
Can we tell what the other ones are?
I'm surprised there's 2% that actually stays here for long periods of time.
There's definitely some like Alpha Quadrant and Federation citizens here who are up here doing trading. This new market opens up. There's actually a Ferengi Decora on the far side of the starport that's landed and apparently in the process of unloading cargo.
You realize now I wanted Barton to be here for no reason other than he sees Smith walking by and just fuck.
Definitely.
How'd I get?
Yeah, and there is no rhyme or reason to any of the buildings being placed down. It seems like someone just walked to a spot and dropped a building in, and it's like a disorganized Minecraft build. Just kind of some of the buildings are kind of working around the branches, and some of them are just in random locations. And there's wires and towers that are strewn all over the place. And your security guards are kind of keeping a perimeter around you, and already there's a couple of Chet that are running over, are quite curious, and they are just bombarding you and the Chet security officers with questions, and the Chet security are like trying to answer as quickly as possible, try to sedate the curiosity enough that they go away.
I will hug the nearest Chet.
Don't hug the Chet.
Press command diff 1.
I think so.
Wait, you being serious?
Yeah.
I was being serious. Yeah.
I love that.
All right, presence command. Diff 1. I'll give you a threat. Interstellar politics as my focus.
Yes.
How much of this is actually Sorrel wanting to hug a Chet? How much is this you just wanting to get me back to the Barton comment?
I don't believe in the no-win scenario.
And
That chuckles makes me assume that it's 70-30.
gain
Not in my
another
favor.
momentum. This is you managed to kind of pull the Chet out of the crowd out, and this one is like barely 2 feet tall, so you have to like stoop down to your knees, ease enough from a hug, and they nearly tackle you with the force, or sort of a small child, and just wrap around you, and nuzzle you, and lick you a little bit, and oh my God, aliens! This is so cool! Mommy, look, it's an alien!
I will accept the licking and the hugging and in due course, in support of our diplomatic efforts. Oh God.
Nobody sees the worry in the fact that someone just grabbed the child and started hugging it.
Right, and the child started licking him aggressively. I went off the planet.
Excitedly. Not aggressively, excitedly.
Excitedly. All right.
Nothing wrong. Hey, there's nothing wrong with kissing babies. That's part of politics, guys.
That is part of politics.
Yeah, but we've gotten away from doing that. Look at our politicians, and that's where we'll end this joke.
Yes, please. Anyways, as you look around, and there's just this mass tangle of buildings and infrastructure are strewn up in the trees, going up hundreds of meters, and along the edge of this starport, there is just dozens of different transportation methods, as that are all vying for everyone's attention. And there's tandem bikes being hawked, ground cabs, air cabs, trams. There's an ornithopter off to the side. There's a helicopter. There's buses. You can rent a car. And all of them are just yelling and screaming, "Ooh, pick me, and trying to hawk their goods as desperately as they can.
Oh, you should get a ornithopter. It's only 1 mana for a 0/2. It's really nice.
We're going to continue following our Chet guides, and not buy or interact too much with the vendors.
The Chet guys go, yeah, which way do you want to go? Oh, there's many different routes.
I would recommend you the quickest route to the government offices.
Well, you don't know what the quickest route is. That's why we're trying them all.
Rella's interacting with the vendors.
Rel, stop letting your curiosity go field.
They're so interesting.
They are.
You can sightsee and buy souvenirs later.
They are super excited to speak to you and speak to an alien, and they're just very rapidly chatting you down. And then after they get over the shock of the alien, they're like, okay, yeah, here's my way of travel. Here's why I think it's really cool. Oh, and here's how I think it'll do better than some of the other methods. He's like on the spot, just doing like a compare contrast cost analysis of their form of transportation. Give me Insight Command difficulty 3.
That for Sorrel?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, Insight Command diff 3. Is interstellar politics going to work as a focus here?
More.
I also have leadership and composure.
I don't think politics is going to work when dealing with vendors. Not really political.
Leadership increased comp.
Okay. Comp 2. And you said diff 3? I will give you... I'm going to spend 2 momentum, 1 threat to get to 4. Onwards and downwards. Boom.
Correct.
They didn't have much. They didn't have much expectations for this, but they did expect us to just grapple to the thing and not get sidetracked.
No, I wanted you to get sidetracked. This is all part of the plan. Because now now, Sorrel is going to notice that way up on platforms, kind of above the concourse, are where all of these different transportation methods are kind of vying for attention. There's like 2 or 3 platforms where there are Chet in like red garb and little red hats are kind of overseeing everything, and they're very quickly taking notes down.
Captain Smith, we're being observed, and he'll just point up.
The hats don't say make Chichera great again, do they?
No.
Okay.
No, it appears to be a uniform of sorts.
At this point,
No one expects the Chitera Inquisition.
Yeah, that was what I was thinking too.
At this point,
Unfortunate
Vic is
color
going
choice.
to lean down and relatively quietly whisper to one of the Chet guys. Those Chet up there with the red uniforms, are they supposed to be observing us?
No, I can make you roll for it. Yeah. Yes, they watch everyone. They're the Shakers.
The Shakers. Oh boy.
You're going to have to quantify that for me. Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
They're a thing. They're people who test our society and make sure that everything's working properly.
Boy.
They challenge our ideas and make sure that they are Achi. No, make sure that they're Och. Got my own terminology. Yeah, Och does not translate.
Would you give me some context on this Arch? I'm not familiar with it.
That one I am gonna need a reason command difficulty 3.
Reason command. Linguistics as a focus.
Ooh, very good. Yes.
I don't get to use that or xenoarchaeology very often. You can have a threat.
Okay.
What was the difficulty?
It was 3.
Okay, I'm not going fishing. I
Yeah.
got it.
They very careful. At first, they're confused. And like, wait, you don't know what Och is? That everyone knows what Och is. It's Achi. It's the direction we want the universe to go. And they very carefully kind of back out and explain to you. Och is kind of a moralistic direction of ideal.
So is your compass in determining whether or not the path is good or harmful?
Mm-hmm. Och is ideal. Chi is not ideal or wrong. Put them together, it's Achi.
That is part of why we're here. To help you achieve your Arch, the good for your civilization.
Well, good. That's something we all want. Alright, isn't that something you want?
That is something that we strive to do, yes, but the universe as a whole sometimes forces us to make the wrong choices.
Well, it's from the wrong choices that you learn the most. That's why we have the Shakers, to make sure that we're not making wrong choices.
That is a very wise position to have.
Who decides what is Och and what is Achi?
That's complicated.
I'd assume, much like our own laws, they're ever evolving.
I mean, what is the Och for a chair? How many legs should it have? I mean, you could have chairs with 4 legs, but 3-legged chair could also work. How high does the back have to be in order for it to be an ideal chair? What does the arch chair look like?
That is something I find is determined by individual to individual. I didn't quite expect to have a philosophy lesson this quickly into our endeavors.
Well, anyways,
I'm willing to help with the philosophy.
Anyways, which transport mission do we want to try? There's so many different kinds, and we don't know which one's the fastest.
Them over and sees which one would be the most reasonable for him to actually use.
What did you say? Transport mission? What did you say?
Transportation.
Got it. Oh,
Which vessel are we going to convey ourselves in?
This sounds like a bad idea.
Are they asking us that?
Yeah, because they don't know.
Sorrel literally says, Captain Smith, I have a bad feeling about this.
Which is why I stated previously to be on guard.
Well, where's the location that we are trying to get to for our meeting?
Over there. Points deeper into the forest and up.
Great, that's not okay. Yeah.
Yes,
Over there, over
some
there.
form of transportation would be beneficial.
You know, what is the most arch way, in your opinion, to get us there?
I don't know. That's why we're testing it.
That's why I'm looking at them and seeing which one would be most reasonable for me to actually travel in.
This is gonna go terribly.
Someone give me an insight medicine diff 2.
We could also just do it ourselves. They can tell us where to go. We can just beam over there.
I'm gonna give you a threat.
Oh dear.
All right. Probably the least harmful for you. The least stressful would probably be anything you can sit in. The tram or a hover car are most likely. If you get a private hover car, it'll just be you and your people, that'd be fine. Anything that has public seating, like buses or trams, you're going to be dealing with a public.
I believe our most arch transportation would be a hover car.
We could show them our archway of transport.
We are on their planet. We don't want to overwhelm the citizens any more than we have to, Doctor.
All right, they seem very fascinated in us, how we do things.
Phoenix, what are you thinking?
I was just about to say, I'm scanning the crowd. Are we getting any hostile vibes? Anybody have any weapons? What's the general tone of the crowd?
Can I assist him with investigation?
Yes. Inside security. Yeah, that's gonna have to be diff 4, given the size of this crowd.
Size of the crowd, and they all look relatively this.
They're all relatively alien into your sensibilities.
Diff 4, huh? Okay.
That is me being as diplomatic with rainbow scrolls as I can be.
How would we feel about me and my assisting here doing a quick little telepathic probe?
I would recommend it.
Okay. You can use Insight Command.
I'm probably not going to.
You can use Insight Command, and for that, but your complication range will go up by 2, but you would get more information.
I just want to
no,
put
I'm
this
probably
out
not
here.
gonna do
You'd be poking at the brains of ADHD on all of the caffeine.
Yeah, I'll just do a visual insight security then as an
Well,
assist.
he's probably already getting it to some extent anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really turn it off.
Yeah. Yes, but you're also trained to limit what you're actually perceiving.
Right.
Yeah, it's fine.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay. All right, Arthur, go ahead and take 3 threat.
Okay.
I know mostly what I'm talking about. I played 2 different Betazoids.
It is
Okay.
it is kind of hard to get a beat on hostility, but mostly what you're seeing is enthusiastic curiosity from everyone.
Okay.
However,
No
um,
obvious weapons on display.
there are obvious weapons on display.
Are there any escape vectors? Like runaway territory, or are we just screwed here?
Nothing obvious, but for 2 momentum, there could be like a alleyway, and that's relatively abandoned that you could kind of run down.
Oh, I will spend that 2 momentum, and I
Yeah.
want that alleyway so much.
But we're about to get on a hover car anyway, so not a lot of escape vectors from a moving hover car.
I chose the most reasonable transportation, as well as the most private transportation.
Makes sense.
All right. So, you approach the vendor for the hover cars, and he very excitedly he talks to you, and tries telling you about all the benefits of this hover car, how it's quick and it's safe and it's exciting to go through the trees and bring you right up to the level you want without any climbing.
Yes, that is most agreeable, thank you. We will be partaking in your hover car conveyance.
Very enthusiastically and excited, he jumps to the driver's seat of his car and opens up the door for you.
Mr. Venice.
Is there anything in this car besides the driver?
Driver and some seats.
So enough seats for all of us and the jet and extras. It's like a hover bus.
You know what? Good point. You are gonna have to split the party across 2 cars.
Yeah, that's what I hate it.
Is there an Uber Black?
yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. I have Uber Plus.
It's fine. Smith, Sorrel, and Vaxable in one. Vedex and the random red shirts go in the other.
Well, we have a problem other than that at the moment.
Yeah.
Venix twice.
First, as we're debating this, Sorrel, what's up?
Wait,
Let's get you rid of them.
Sorrel has ducked into the alleyway and is trying to hide.
why? What are we doing?
For what reason? What's the purpose?
I'm getting bad vibes.
And so instead of conveying that to the security officer, you run and hide. It seems illogical.
There's also like so many people watching this, right? Like a
Yeah.
ludicrous amount of.
Yeah, this is like a busy
I'm
airport.
Very concerned with Sorrel's reaction with all this now.
I'm getting a bad vibe, and I don't want to go on this guy's thing.
Yes, but you didn't logically convey that to us. Instead, you ran.
I don't really have a way to do that. I mean, unless you want to mind meld. Do you want to mind meld? Because I could do that.
You can whisper.
You mind meld with Genix.
Throw, you can whisper.
I will absolutely.
You can turn off a universal translator.
Yeah.
All right.
No psychic bro here.
I'm gonna, but I am gonna telepathically project into Vinnick's mind that Sorrel is concerned. This seems like a trap.
Oh, would I be able to pick up something like that?
Interesting question.
My telepathic ability is more potent than most. I'm quite accustomed to directing my thoughts into others' minds. I can send my thoughts into the minds of other creatures, other than those immune to telepathy. Even if those creatures are not telepathic themselves, you can hear their responses by reading their minds as normal. We're also capable of using this ability offensively, which is,
That's a whole nother thing.
So,
yeah,
it's a whole.
Give me 1 second. Okay. Consulting in some deep notes here on Neurotion and physiology.
Fair enough.
I do apologize, Ralph. I was stepping on your toes too much. It just felt weird.
Yeah, I kind of agree with this girl just running, being off on his own, but communicating this would make sense.
Yeah, it's sort of he's getting bad vibes, so he's
it's okay.
He's trying to create
a
a situation where we've got a backup.
This could potentially look really bad too.
Press command difficulty 3, complication 3.
Okay. That is a thing. Presence command. Comp 3, dip 3. Okay. I'm getting bad vibes. This seems weird. Things are weird here.
I thought you were Mr. Chet there.
I mean, I'm not like opposed to the Chet as a society. Doesn't mean that there can't be bad elements in the Chet that might be trying to screw with us, right? That's kind of what I'm worried about.
I'm just concerned if this is out of character bad vibes or in character bad vibes.
No, this is in character.
Okay.
I actually like the Chet. I kind of love them actually. Anyway, so I would like to spend my determination. Always have an exit strategy, because that's literally
absolutely
what I'm trying to create here.
applies here. Yeah.
Okay, so +2 to hit, and then I will spend. I'm going to spend 3 threat to get to 4. And let's see if I have an applicable focus. Composure? Would you say composure is a focus here?
It would have to be like psionics or communication.
I don't have psionics, which really is a focus at some point I should probably attain. But I don't have it, so no focus applied. Onwards and downwards, here we go. Okay.
2 momentum generated. Curiously, you try to project your thoughts into Venix's mind, and you can't connect. You're like psionically fumbling around trying to find Venix, and there's nothing there. However, your intention of trying to communicate kind of catches Venix's eye, and Venix kind of pulls you over for a sidebar to talk. So you don't psionically connect, but you kind of like get the intention enough.
Okay, so he kind of
Body language.
Body language. We catch. He steps over to the alley and like, I don't know, something feels weird here. This.
What is your concern, Commander?
Their enthusiasm seems a bit forced to me. And I worry that we may be walking into some kind of a trap. I would like a hedge against that. I could be wrong, but I would like a hedge against it.
In what way?
I'm gonna go with the captain. I'm the XO. Have to. I would like you to stay behind.
My place is to protect the captain.
We have security, and but I would like to introduce a random vector into this scenario, if you understand what I mean, Venix.
I think I understand what you mean.
If all of our what is it the humans say? If all of our eggs are in one basket, well, then all of our eggs are in one basket.
I am familiar with the colloquialism. Should you take up this concern directly with the captain?
Would, but time is of essence, and being able to fully discuss it with the captain at the moment is not that opportunity is not currently available to us. I'm acting on my own initiative here, in my own authority.
For 2 threat, I can offer a solution.
Okay, sure. I'll spend it.
The cars are we're already kind of on the path of taking 2 cars. Sorrel and Smith could go in the first car with half the team. Guy and Venix could go in the back car are with the other half of the team, and Smith and Sorrel can go into the chambers, and Guy and Venix can like hang on the outside and be the backup plan.
Okay, so yeah, so your instructions are to not. So once we arrive at wherever we're going, kind of just not follow.
Not go all in together?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hang out.
Split the party, but closer to the destination than here.
Right. That seems like a reasonable course of action. Does that work for you, Venix?
It seems logical to me. Does the captain concur?
I'm not in the sidebar.
Yeah, captain's not in the sidebar. Again, I'm operating on my own authority. If the captain has a problem with it, well, we can deal with that later.
Well, I mean, the plan is to get in 2 different cars anyway, so let's just do it like that.
Yeah. It determines what the cap's doing. He's waiting for Rennick to complete a security thing for the cars.
Yeah, I'll have the security team check the captain's car, and I'll check the second car.
Absolutely. Reason security. How thorough are you being? On a scale of 1 to 5.
Let's call it 4.
Nice.
Brought down diff 3. No, the security team allows you to check both cars at once.
Okay.
So half the time.
Okay.
Am I
Plus
capable of
one.
assisting, or
You can assist.
All right, +1 for neurosion reason, exceptional reason.
Yes.
And go ahead and take 3. Yeah, go ahead and take 3 threat.
Close.
When we hit it, he had 1 extra from his exceptional reason.
Right.
Yep.
The assist.
Nice. All right. So 4, 5, 6. 2 momentum. The cars don't appear to have any like tracking devices is on them, or at least nothing aftermarket. No explosions. There is a concerning lack of seatbelts.
they can fly?
I mean, that's kind of Starfleet standard, frankly.
Yeah. Seatbelts, what are those?
Seatbelts? We don't do seatbelts.
Our well, we have quote unquote seatbelts, but they're in the chair. We have to actually push buttons to activate them, which we never do.
No.
But otherwise, no immediate threats.
Okay.
Are you satisfied with your security sweep, Mr. Dennis?
Yes, Captain, the cars appear to be secure.
Then, gentlemen, let's get in our cars.
Rel will give Vinix a knowing nod.
Are there 2 cars and we're going at the same time, or is it
Two cars, same time. I'm one following
Gotcha.
the other.
cool?
Yeah. Yeah. So, absolutely JFK and Dallas situation. Gotcha.
Yep.
They're
Are these convertibles?
fine.
No, there'll be a closed roof.
That's
Yeah,
good.
see, it's fine. They can't
At least
snipe
that's
us.
good.
At least not easily.
Alright.
I'm assuming that the security team are each taking the security officers are taking the windows.
Yep.
Because security.
Avoid any grassy knolls.
Hey,
But
boy,
everything's
the
a grassy knoll.
knolls. I know, right? It's like the Chet. They love their grassy knolls.
They would love their grass.
Company.
All right. 2 cars are ours up here. Your Chet security guard. The hover cars fly through the city, and it is just a jumbled mess as the buildings. It's almost like there's no central plan on where buildings go and why they should go there. People just put buildings wherever they please, and as you're flying through, you also see that one of the buildings is actually in the process of being like decoupled from its branch and moved to a different branch. They appear to have some sort of like modular building system, and that they're doing. But you appear, or you fly through the city for a little bit, and in the center of the city is this massive tree that is nearly a kilometer wide and 3 kilometers tall. And you go up into the branches as of this tree, and again, there's more buildings and office. There's more are buildings and random platforms and stuff just strewn all over the branches. There's little rope bridges is slinging all over the place, and you finally come to a giant opening in the middle of this tree. That's kind of like the cup of the a tree, and the branches is kind of spread out from around it and wrap around into a leafy dome above you.
So this is kind of like an urbanized Endor kind of thing? Okay.
And
Endor,
all
but 30 years later.
yeah, it's like urbanized Endor. And all across the boughs of this cup are just hundreds of hammocks just strewn across one side of this opening to the other. And there's little platforms, arms on the side, where some Chet are standing, and there's a bunch of Chet just like in dozens to hundreds of hammocks all around this place, just strung at all sorts of odd angles and odd elevations. Okay.
Okay. Is there an obvious landing platform or something like that?
Not an obvious one that they land at a random platform in this bowl and kind of that has enough room for everyone to step out.
Okay.
What's going on?
We're arriving at the Chet government building.
Was I
Did they
briefed
kill
by Venix that we're waiting outside?
Well,
Okay.
Terrell, here's the bad news. We're not dead, and we have to go sleep with the Chet.
That's bad news?
That's the bad news.
I didn't say they were sleeping. No. They're sitting in these hammocks and they're having a lively conversation.
What's the lively conversation about?
How able are you to keep up with ADHD talk
I'm
and all the
Vulcan.
caffeine?
I can absolutely keep up with it.
Pretty sure there's still going to be some things that don't translate, and the eyebrows are going to be raised into the hairline.
What are the Chet talking about there, Arthur?
Give me a second.
Okay.
He's rolling for random conversation.
Yes. They're actually talking about a security issue, and they wanted to try this new hierarchy or way of organizing. I think there are groups of security teams, and there's some conflicts, and some people don't think it'll work, and other people really want to try it, and they're trying to resolve that conflict of interest, kind of on like a military level.
Well, it doesn't seem particularly relevant to us. Sort of a internal matter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, conversation continues as you land. They don't really notice that you're there. That you're there, and you are on this platform, probably about 20 meters off from the bowl of this opening, and the platform kind of wraps around branches and leads to different buildings and different offices that have been set up.
Turns to Chet guys. And where are we supposed to be conducting this meeting?
Here.
Then I believe you should announce that we have arrived.
How would we do that?
Greetings, Shatara, from the Federation.
Are you just stepping forward and saying that?
Yep. Just gonna freaking step out and do it.
Do it. You raise your voice and kind of bellow over across the conversation, and 100 Chet just snap and look towards you.
Oh, squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yeah, except this time it's alien.
Ooh, alien.
Greetings. I am Sorella Vulcan of the Federation and Starfleet. We come breeding tidings of cooperation and assistance.
As you're saying this, one Chet is like bounding from hammock to hammock to kind of get over or here to you.
No giant squirrel.
We seek a positive relationship and a formalization of our relationship. Having met you before, we recognize that you have stepped out into the wider universe and are on the precipice of involving yourselves in the politics of the Shackleton, and we would propose a treaty, an alliance, a formalization of our relations. And I'll kind of bow and sort of raise out my hands in supplication, kind of a thing.
Treaty? Alliance? Ooh, new thing. Hey, wonder if this will work. Alright. What proposal do you have for this alliance? What things would you bring?
As of this time, we are just beginning diplomatic relationships with the Chet. We are not formalizing anything as of right now.
But how can we know the benefits of alliance if you don't tell us the benefits? Maybe your benefits and won't help us.
We offer experience and understanding of the galaxy that you have only just begun to step into.
Oh, one thing aimed to note, most of the people in this room are wearing a blue uniform of sorts. No hat this time, but just blue, just a blue smock. But there are definitely some more red people, all red Chet, kind of in the upper eaves, just kind of watching in and taking notes.
Sorrel is going to sort of whisper to Captain Smith, given their nature, an accelerated schedule may be recommended. They may find our efforts to slow that down intransient, perhaps even oppositional.
Names of the coin going too quickly could lead to them going to areas which would cause their peoples the greatest harm.
Once we formalize relations, however, then we can provide that advice in an official capacity.
Our primary goal is to begin diplomatic relations, not to formalize them.
Yes, that is the standard practice, but I think given the nature of the Chet, we should consider alternatives. Given their disposition, spontaneity may be preferred to consider judgment.
I'm still going to err on the side of caution. This is too young, too prone to going where they shouldn't.
Sorrel's provide his advice, so you can act as you will, Captain.
Mm-hmm. If talks go well with myself and my ship, we can begin working on having a more permanent diplomatic situation on Cheddar Prime. One that will be able to completely discuss the acts of alliance as well as future trade agreements.
Trade? Trade what? We like trade.
That would depend on the situation and what we are capable of giving within the bounds of our government.
what do you have? Situations now. Oh,
As of right now, all I can offer you is advice. You seem to have had a situation here prior to our arrival. Perhaps that is the beginning of what we can help you with.
what situation? Lots of situations.
I believe you had a military concern? I'm sorry, in concert, you all speak a bit too quickly for this old man.
Not military, area security. We were are considering the optionness of bringing our security teams down to a smaller size and making them more mobile. But there's some people who are afraid that smaller security teams won't have the force necessary to respond to situations.
There is benefit in both aspects.
And
Small security teams can be modified with others in order to give aid and tackle situations from different positions.
yes, we don't know which direction and is the best.
Perhaps if you give me some situations where you have felt that your security teams have not been as adequate, I can give proper recommendations on whether a smaller or larger size security personnel would be beneficial going forward.
More voices, more insight. This might be interesting. They would know things we don't have. Wider information base is for more data points. Yes, but have they tested the data points? Kind of talking to each other and kind of across the table to you.
We do have a policy of not interfering without express permission from the governments as a whole. So anything that has been happening on your planet that we were not directly involved with, we would not have adequate information on.
They are kind of confused at that. They're not sure or how to handle that. Not interference?
Our government has come to the knowledge that not every species is ready for the galaxy as a whole. If a species moves too quickly, they tend to either burn themselves out or damage the universe around them.
But the quicker you find the chi, the easier it is to find the arch. You eliminate ways that aren't ideal.
I can understand that position, but consider this chi something that could destroy your planet. Moving too quickly towards it increases the danger of that chi.
And I'm definitely gonna need a roll on that. Presence command 5. What? Let's make this spicy. Diff 5 com 3.
I feel there's going to be a lot of confused and or angered squirrels in a minute. I'm trying my best with what I know about the Chet.
No, that makes sense. And I'm trying my best with what I know about the chat on how to respond to them. Considering I just made
You
them
only
up.
know slightly more than I do. Oh, God. I'm just putting this out there and hope that I get the point across that some chi increases in danger exponentially the more you go towards it.
No, I pick up what's going on.
I mean, you have the recommendation of your XO. You can rely on it or not.
It's still the point, in fact, that the chat moving too quickly could also disrupt other nations that aren't as agreeable as the Federation.
Yeah. So Smith, you have a roll.
Oh, okay, my roll. Okay. Diplomacy as a focus. Let's see, diffuse the tension. Because this could go badly for me if I...
Yes, diffuse the tension with fire.
Yeah, okay, so that's a bonus d20 to the pool. And let's go ahead and give you 2 momentum, and the rest in threat I want 4.
So it'd be just 2 momentum and then you roll 4.
Yeah. Reroll that 0. Thank Christ. Goddamn.
Hey, you got there.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you are trying to explain you're trying to explain that there's some unoptimized, there's some key directions and that can lead to destruction. Not just like a failed test or like loss of resources, but
not just this hurt me a little bit. I'm not gonna do that again. This got my entire species killed. We can't do that.
There's definitely a lot of murmuring and hushed conversations and bouncing back and forth. Phoenix and Guy, what are you up to?
That's something I was trying to ask about. Are we outside? We're not in the room. Is that correct?
You're on the platform, but you could definitely like walk off the platform and like be. It's not so much a room; it's more of just like a designated space in the tree.
Yeah. So I don't know if Venix would have briefed me on what the plan was to like have eyes in the back, but I mean, they've got a security team. They're handling the diplomatic thing. I'm just checking to see if there's any other, kind of vehicles that are gonna pull up. If we've, got any tails or anything that are following us. That wasn't supposed to be upon. But...
Okay.
Yeah, I think we'd just be kind of, watching, kind of doing the Secret Service bit.
Yeah, exactly. Want to make sure there's
watching for threats.
Right, massive military vehicle about to dock behind us. All right.
Okay.
I'll assist you, Venix.
I got a +1 for exceptional reason. And go ahead and take a threat.
Assuming investigation still works here.
does that stand?
Well, that should get us there.
Oh,
He's got the.
oh yeah, the plus
Yeah,
one.
he's got a plus
I'm
one.
sorry. There's lots of vehicles fleeing back and forth as you're having this conversation. A bus kind of pulls up at the root of the tree, and Chet kind of like disgorge and start climbing up various platforms to get to this room, but they don't seem threatening. This is just like a civilian tour bus.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's a
Just kinda keep
public
an eye on it.
building, and so there's lots of people all about. But as far as you can see, there's no vehicles, and there's no people with hostile intentions.
All right, cool.
Okay. We'll just chill and keep an eye out.
Yeah, I think stay close together and head on a swivel is the best thing we can be doing.
Do you want to stay like on a similar platform as the diplomatic party? You just a couple feet back, or do you want to maneuver yourself to a different angle?
I think keeping
Probably a
them in,
different angle,
yeah,
but within
different
sight.
angle. Yeah, I was gonna say different angle, but as long as we can just keep them in our sight line.
Reason or insight, I con difficulty 3. Yes, they don't exactly make this place logical.
Do you care who's primary, who's assisting?
One can leave, one can.
You said insight command?
On.
Con.
Reason or insight con.
Gotcha. I'm not great at this. I'll happily assist here, Venix.
Okay, I'll take the lead. Reason con, +1 for exceptional.
I'll do insight con. Still investigation here, or just not?
Yeah, it's not
Trying to
invested.
figure out what we're rolling for. Just finding a good spot to
yeah,
look at 'em?
you're rolling to find a good spot and figure out how to get to that spot.
Alright, yeah.
Ooh,
I
okay.
don't think that having a focus would have helped you since you have a 1.
Can we succeed at cost in that? Because with an exceptional reason, that's 1,
Uh-huh.
and then I rolled a
You
1.
got close.
So we're just short 1.
Do you find a platform kind of at the 6 o'clock position here, or that as kind of a similar, it's slightly higher elevation? You just kind of get lost in the branches trying to figure out how to get there.
We just return back to our position and stand there and watch. I don't think we need to get separated or lost at all.
Yeah.
Completely goes against whatever it is that we're trying to do here. So just remain close by and watch them from where we were.
Oh no, it's too late. Your old turn around in here. You walked into the tree branches trying to figure out, okay, I'm pretty sure we can get in there, and
We failed so hard at finding a vantage point, we got lost.
yeah, you're just lost in a
Wow,
in
we
a
are the
bunch
worst. We need to both retire,
You,
Venix.
you went into a tree trying to find a good spot to sit and watch, and then you just found a bunch of leaves.
But if
Yeah.
we know that it was at the 6 o'clock position, then we can go to 9 o'clock.
Which way is north? Did we even go? What do you mean we turned
6
around
o'clock
5 times and now we're facing west? West isn't a direction.
I guess we're rolled to. Oh wait, were we not with these Chet people? Are they not around anymore?
Yeah, let's ask our Chet guys to see if they can get us back to where we were.
Yeah. Thanks for the tour, guys. Can you
Oh, we're not
Point us
tour guys.
back
We're just
towards
here to make sure that our people don't get over enthusiastic with you.
They were just following you through the trees.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going for a nice walk. This is fun.
Yeah, pretty much. They're just like, oh, this is fun. I like walking.
yes, this was a very nice walk. Can you walk us back to where we were before? Thank you. It'd be very
Presence command diff 3.
be very, very arch of you to do that. Presence command.
I love that my sci-fi term is getting used.
Alright, let's see.
If you give us terms that will help us make our point, we're going to use them.
I'll
Good.
give you 1 momentum and 2 threat. I'll get the 4 die. Is Venix able to assist you?
Is Venix gonna help convince the chat to help you?
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay.
I'll say, it'd be really helpful if you were to return us back to our previous location.
Presence command, assist.
So they both get back to their original point. Guy has leaves and twigs in his hair and in his uniform, and Venix just has them in her uniform.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Back this way. Hey, are we done walking now?
Yes.
Yes,
We should check in. Thank you though for letting us see your beautiful construction.
Nice house, good tree.
I agree.
Why do I just imagine Venix just patting a nearby limb?
All right. Back to the big conversation. Smith, what was our last talking point?
Moving too quickly towards HE could increase the danger of said she.
Okay. Do you have examples? Have you seen this before? Have you and your kind experienced this disaster before?
I unfortunately have. Many years ago, our Federation and Starfleet were met by an enemy whose force we could not hope to have taken into account. We lost countless lives and far too many ships to a single vessel from this enemy. If it wasn't for the ingenuity of a single ship and the rescue of her captain, our primary planet would have been lost. It's at that point that Smith gets very quiet. And Sorrel knows the events that he's talking about.
I'm going full boat for this.
Yep.
Diff 5, Comp 5, Presence Command.
Oh.
Because you are digging into some bad memories.
Mm-hmm. Presence command.
Can Sorrel assist?
Sorrel can assist. You can assist with Presence Command if you want to back up his story, or Insight Command, and if you want to help Smith center himself.
Let's see. Diplomacy or composure as a focus?
Either.
Okay. Diplomat as a trait.
Yes.
Okay, knock the comp down by 1. I don't think diffuse attention is going to help me in this situation. Don't have anything there.
Actually, it would.
Oh, good. Then I have.
I will.
Have,
Yeah, I will.
I have 3
I'll
on the board.
Yep.
Take the rest. No, wait. Let's go with stay calm in the storm.
Yes, I'll accept that.
And you can take the remainder in threat for the 4th die.
All right. So you're rolling 4 dice. 1 dice is in that one, so I get.
Yeah. Onwards and downwards.
All right. 5, 6, 7.
The rel.
Nice.
The rear.
Ooh, momentum.
Yeah, nice on a comp 5.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
I'll pull.
Comp 5 for Sorrel though.
Oh,
I didn't get that. I didn't get that reduction.
Oh. Right. Well, I mean, it didn't make.
For once, there's a hushed silence that falls over the council chambers. That would be a heavy price to pay. Even our most curious, yes, we try to account for safety. What safety measures did you fail to meet?
Unfortunately, that unfortunate incident was initially caused by a being beyond our imagination. One we cannot have any precautions against, because they can be anywhere and do anything. That fleet was comprised of our best ships and the best people in order to counteract that single vessel moving quickly towards our primary planet.
Then threat. As the chatter starts up again, but it has a different energy from before. This is very nervous and apprehensive. If wait, such just beings exist in space, just things can happen in space. Is space too dangerous? Maybe we shouldn't do space travel.
Do not take my words too far in the opposite direction as well. You belong in space. You belong in the galaxy's eye. I have dedicated my life since those events to better the galaxy as a whole and prepare those for the danger, those that were entering its stage, for the dangers that could occur.
So you propose to be our teacher?
I propose to guide you as you enter the galactic stage.
Chatter, 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 chatter. There is wisdom and weight in your words. It would be interesting to see what the. It would be interesting to see what the implications of a treaty with a federation could be.
You will have the collected experience and wisdom of not only my crew, but the species of the Federation, which, as of right now, totals in over 100 different worlds. Just as many and more species.
A treaty between the Chet and the Federation would logically benefit both species.
I see. 1, 2.
I am of the opinion that this is a very apt course of action for the Chet.
With that, the lead, the Chet, the exemplar, which she would have introduced herself as the exemplar, kind of the executive officer, looks up. Yeah, she looks up at the red coated Chet at above and says, "What do you think? And how can we shake this decision into see how it'll pan out?" And the red coat Chet dive and glide down to your level, and the lead each shaker or Chet kind of lands beside the exemplar. Well, if we are to see how a treaty with the Federation will work, we'll have to see what a war with the Federation will look like.
The Federation does not go to war very often. We don't do it for minor reasons either. We are a peaceful civilization first. We try avenues of diplomacy before we enter conflict.
And in order to show that your diplomacy is worthwhile, you have to show us that war with you it would be chi.
War with us would be what?
Chi.
Since our interactions with that vessel many years ago, we have created vessels that are on par with it, capable of destroying it in combat. Our greatest enemies have also come in conflict with us and have suffered losses where we once suffered greater. We are a peaceful civilization, but the chi that would incur by facing us would not end well for your civilization.
Well, as you said, you do not wish loss of life, and we too, you do not wish loss of life. If we merely want an experiment.
If you are suggesting we have a war game, I believe we can arrange that.
War game? What's a war game?
A contest between our ships, which would not incur any damage to us, but would show the technological and military differences between two ships.
Yes, that would be a very, very interesting thing. We should set up parameters for this war game right away. Let's go.
Mr. Sorrell?
Yes, Captain. You wish me to construct a simulated war between the Federation and the Chet? That will take me a
simulation would be preferable, but in the event that
we would not want to risk actual Chet or Federation ancient lives, but simulated battles and stuff would be most enlightening to show us that a war with you would be a bad direction to take.
That is agreeable. Mr. Sorrell, work with Mr. Venix, and if you have someone with military experience for the Chet vessels, that would help us in our simulation.
Yes, we will. I'll find someone to do that.
Then once we have our representative from the chat, Mr. Sorella and Venix, will be able to create a proper simulation which would show how well a war with the Federation would end for the chat.
Good. Ed, are the dreamers satisfied? And all the blue cloak people all cheer and whoop and hurrah. Shakers. See if this is planned and is truly a ideal for us. And with that, a cadre of red cloaked Chets approach you and start eagerly exchanging information with you and trying to talk specs.
So, Venix and Sorella are not getting bombarded with chat.
Mm-hmm.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks.
All right. So what's the parameters of the war game? I think we should use nukes. Yeah. If we're gonna go to war, we're gonna go all out.
Oh my god, they think nukes are all out.
Would part of this be a potential violation of the Prime Directive? I mean, if we were to display, our phasers, our photon torpedoes, quantum torpedoes.
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
There definitely would be security a risk of them seeing your technology and maybe learning how to emulate it.
Yeah, because that's one of those that's like a little tough. That technically would consider
influence them.
Yeah, we would be influencing their civilization if they see what we can do before they're really part of the squad.
But they're literally asking for it. They're asking for this cooperation.
Well, but
But that doesn't mean they get it.
yeah.
All right, so they're very eagerly trying to hash out what are the win conditions? Taking over Earth? We should totally take over Earth. Crusade to Earth! Let's go!
How about something a little more
Just do a small
specific?
scale. Yeah.
Right. A cruiser duel type of thing.
Right. One of our ships versus one of yours.
Right.
But in war, things aren't fair. You never fight war fairly.
So, but if you're stacking the board in one way, then you're not getting a good example of how things work.
And it is also a Federation, the Federation law that we fight in a specific way to limit civilian destruction, civilian injury, limit military action to military targets.
Notes. I see. Okay. So, what if we present a military target if for you to attack, and then you have a military target that we can attack?
Well, my proposal is to have one of your ships versus one of our ships. That way it's specific, quantifiable demonstration.
What should our objective be?
Moving a number of factors. Well, basically it's to show you what the differences are between our capabilities in a simplistic way that can be easily understood and demonstrated.
So, no primary objective? I think there should be a primary objective. Yeah, let's try to capture something.
I think ship versus ship would demonstrate that.
They're not sold on ship versus is ship because it's a little too simple. They want like another, like one more variable in the war to work with. So capture the flag, plant the bomb, something of that nature that would actually be a military action.
Okay.
Because mostly in space, ships don't usually fight to the death. They fight till they're disabled, or they fight to achieve an objective.
Well, fine. Let's set up a trophy of some type within each ship that the other party has to capture.
Ooh, what kind of trophy? Something in cultural, some technical data, antimatter.
Nothing technological like that. How about a small statuette? It's a symbol.
A symbol of something important. Interesting. Okay.
Yes, it's a very important symbol. It's called the Horgon.
They wouldn't know any better. Yeah.
Very
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Hell yeah. That's the fertility symbol for Rhizo, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
We'll replicate one for each ship, place one aboard. First person to capture it within a time limit wins.
How much time do we have to prepare?
12 hours to prepare, 12 hours to complete the objective.
And obviously, if we would use simulated weapons.
Correct.
Okay. What about hand-to-hand combat?
I would say non-lethal combat. Tap out.
Any other suggestions? Or any other stipulations you guys want to throw in?
Look over at the doctor.
I don't know. I thought it was Sorrel's thing. I was just here observing what's going on. Are we? Pardon me, I'm not good with simulations. Are we building like a simulation, or
you're building a war game
live?
This is gonna be.
Are we like doing it live in our ship, or
this is gonna be a live war game between two vessels.
I believe we got them to agree to a simulation of it.
I keep hearing two different. Live war game is a live war game between two vessels. Is that the Stavanger and one of their vessels? That would be a live war game. That's that's what I'm trying to clarify.
Everything that we covered with the example.
They would do simulated damage, but they would want like empirically two ships if slugging it out. Now they're not going to accept a computer simulation.
Right. That's what I was trying to get at the bottom of. So it is. We're coding the Stavanger and one of their ships to fire dummy rounds, and then the Stavanger is our ship, and then their ship. Okay, I was trying to get at the bottom of it. Thank you.
No holodecks.
Yeah, no holodecks involved. So I think we need to scrap the boarding option, because then that would require them to board our ship.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna. Yeah.
Which
no boarding.
Yeah, which would not be good, because we don't really want them to be on the ship.
Let's go with 3 hits on this spot captures the objective.
You know what? I kind of like the Horgon an idea, but you don't want boarding any ships. That seems feasible. What
How
if
about just placing it on the hull somewhere?
No, 2 outposts.
Okay.
You have 2 ground-based outposts, and you have 2 ships. It's trying to capture those outposts. That way, the outposts can be neutral technology for both sides.
Right, neutral parties. Okay, cool. That makes sense. Okay, good. That's what
And also, I like the idea of capturing Horgons. That seems fun.
Yeah, that is fun.
Does grabbing the flag and have to as touching the flag and count as a win, or do we have to take it back to our home base?
Oh, then I say probably take it back to the base. It's fun, right?
Yeah, seems reasonable.
Because if you're trying to get an objective, you also want your people to survive getting the objective and returning it.
So. Any other objectives I would have? No, I think we're good. Captain Smith and Sorrel, any rules you want to add to this game? Or variables to this experiment? Variables and controls?
Gave this assignment over to Sorrel and Vanek, so their best judgment.
Sorrel?
Uh-oh. Where you go?
This is where Sorrel either got yoinked into the void or forgot he's muted.
He is muted.
To the void.
So is this now a simultaneous air and ground combat? Are they like happening simultaneously, or is the objective like both ships and then have to get a shuttle down to the outpost to then go get the thing to then take back to the outpost? Or is it like a
it's the
while
second.
the air...
It's the second one, and you have the 2 ships, and you have to go over to the second outpost, and land a shuttle. Grab your Horgon and make your way back.
Now, do we have to specify shuttle? Because we can just beam in, take it, and leave. So, which could be a cool flex of Federation.
It wouldn't have to be shuttle. No.
I just remembered thing. Tap on comm badge while they're taking care of that. Captain Smith to Lieutenant Commander Udez. Ray, you there?
Okay.
Lieutenant Commander, is my ship able to conduct a war game?
It depends. Are you going to work?
I don't believe that will be necessary.
Then yes.
Very good.
Wait, hold on. War game?
Yes, the chat wished to see how bad a war with the Federation would be. We're giving them
Why?
a war game in order to demonstrate that the Chet are very hands-on runners.
But you don't use your hands on a ship.
They
Well, I mean,
wish,
you use
they
your
wish to
hands,
conduct combat, and the best way that they see to understand how bad that would be to fight us. This war game is the best solution to that.
Oh. Okay, I mean, I would just show them the data, but you all do weird things. I'm gonna keep working.
Good. Make sure there's nothing that could come apart while we're conducting this simulation.
Are you got everything secured in my workstation? The
I'm just.
illustrious work that I perform would never do something so stupid as to have things that are unsecured.
I believe in your capabilities as my chief engineer. But there's always that engineer who leaves their T's uncrossed.
Which one?
I believe if there. I believe.
Which one are you talking about?
I believe you know your engineering department better than I do. So I will leave you to discover that.
If you've noticed somebody slacking off, you have to tell me.
I believe it is most beneficial for me to remain neutral in this situation.
Hey, Yudes? This is on request, but I would like to give you the trait of literal. It says a permanent trait on your character.
Like that is just how she is as a person. She does not understand turns of phrase like that.
Yeah. So go ahead and write that down on your sheet. So you can use that as a trait.
Every report. Like, how did you not cross your T?
Yes.
We type everything.
But yeah, good role play there.
Everyone. I wanted to probably that one. There's probably going to be Beth that tells her. He meant there's an engineer that doesn't complete their work in a satisfactory manner.
All right.
You don't understand. If somebody does not complete their work in the satisfactory manner, Gray will make them. It's not
you better go check with the lower decks.
Yeah, no, Gray's.
I think a couple of those new add-ons haven't been caught up to speed on how you do things yet.
Captain?
That's just Beth saying this. She's just walking by and she's like, what? She's very confused.
Yeah. I will see to that. Or actually, no, you will. You brought it up.
Whatever you say, Chief.
Right. Now, back to ripping apart this tube to the nacelle. This part should do.
I'll leave you to it then, Commander.
There's a as you close off, there's just like this horrendous sound of metal being like
he goes over to inform Sorrel to account for no warp drive. We won't have warp capability, Mrs. Sorrel. Make sure that is accounted for in where we go to conduct this war game.
Seems like a bad time to be without warp engines, Captain.
You remember Commander Yudes running from my office earlier?
Yes.
I approved her refit of the warp hull.
Well, I'm in favor of the refit, just I'm not sure about the timing.
I had no way of knowing that we would be getting into a war game with the Chet. She assured me she would be done by the time we return.
Sure, everything will be fine and we'll go without a hit. Go off without a hitch, Captain.
There might be an opportunity here.
Opportunity for
shenanigans.
I'm always in favor of shenanigans.
That worries me, considering what's going on.
What shenanigans can I get into here?
You are in the process, you are definitely in the process of like trying to negotiate these war games. If you were to, I don't know, drag your feet on these negotiations and give Yudes more time to complete her operation.
I would prefer our warp engines be operative during a war game.
Yes. You're the one setting up the war game. I leave it to your best judgment.
Would that be something you're interested in?
Yes.
All right. So with that, we have intense negotiations on the ground as we're trying to suss out the parameters of this war game. Meanwhile, Yudes is in orbit, putting her crew through the paces as she's trying to increase the efficiency of the warp drive of the Stavanger, before all-out combat, simulated combat at Crack's
Are we gonna
Edge.
have like a post work tracks here? Is that how you gonna handle that? Or
I'm gonna do that at next episode. We're rolling into credits.
gotcha.
I like the image on the ship. Eunice is just ripping apart various bits of the ship, reworking them into how she needs them, and Beth is just lecturing all the new Stavanger crew as to how she does things.
Yes. As it appears, is that from some weird twist of sociology and fate, negotiations have turned into a war game.
I mean, at least it didn't come out to them actually shooting me.
Huh? No, we're not that uncivilized, I think. And with that, we end tonight's episode.
Goodness.
Woohoo!
And we stretched it into a two-part.
And with that, the credits will roll. Be sure to catch us next week, 7 p.m. here on Twitch to catch our next adventure on the frontier. Thank you to our awesome players tonight. Hey, we talked to the chat and no one died. I consider that a win.
We talked to Chet, and I don't want to drink myself into a stupor. Yay!
Music provided by Kevin Macload. You can check out his royalty-free music at Comptech.com. And as always, we are forever grateful to Modifius for giving us the tall ship, and to Gene Roddenberry for giving the stars to guide us. Until we meet again, go out and find your next adventure.